Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We should be live. Bob Steenfott is having technical difficulties, but I'm sure he will be joining us shortly. Just kidding. He's not coming. Canceled. Y'all have a great night. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I'm going to run through and say some hellos real quick. We've got Dragon Lair, Tiffany White, Guppy Guru, Sickless 23, Griffin Fish Room, Lefty 3213A. I hear myself in my headphones. There we go. That's better. John Larson, Mike with the Fish Tank Barn is going to be lurking. Lance Jones, Griffin Fish Room again. Sharon Miller, Streetwise, of course, Chattanooga Ed in the chat with us as well as on screen. A whole bunch of other wonderful people. We got the Zen Ginger coming in with a $2 super sticker saying she is here with the big red arrow. Thank you, Zen Ginger. I appreciate that very, very much. It means a lot. You beat Lefty 3213A this go around. Aquatic Marine is here. Hello, buddy. How are you? Good to see you. See Aquamate also in the building. Big J's Fish Keeper. Lots of awesome members in here. There's Lefty 3213A with the $2 super sticker as well. Thank you, Lefty. I appreciate that very, very much. Also with the big red arrow saying he is here. And I want to say thank you to see what she said. I believe it used to be UPS or Living the Dream, is now Katie's Living the Dream, who did become a member prior to the stream. So thank you very much, Katie. If you're listening to this on replay, or if you're here now lurking, thank you. Appreciate that very, very much. Welcome. I hope you enjoy all that wonderful behind the scenes content. And that puts us to 28 members. So only 2 members away from getting a new emoji. Oh, we have somebody that just popped up backstage. Let's bring him on. You know him, you love him. Bob Steenfott. What's going on, buddy?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. I got some background noise here.
We'll give you a minute to get that cleared up. The Zen Ginger says it's not a race and it's my sticker. I know it's not, but Lefty likes to make it a race. But thank you very, very much to both of you for the super stickers. Appreciate that. You get it sorted out over there, Bob?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just pulling up chat and everything right now.
Good deal. Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. Awesome to have you back. Of course, I always enjoy your streams, so it's nice to get you on here and be able to chit-chat with you. Well, you're getting that finalized up. Let's see. We also have Sherry Kramer, Chewy LTD, Pegasus Arena. Hello again. Science Gal Aquatics, Bob Kaler with Kaler's Aquatics, Anthony's Fishy Friends. Anthony's Fishy Friends says, who? In response to Bob Steenfott? Yeah, I know. We try to be fair. We even let the little guys come on the stream. So, you know.
You got to let us on every once in a while.
Yeah.
We'll write.
There is
a gaming channel.
Yeah, I like his gaming channel. It's very much not censored, or at least the last time I checked it out.
I heard that about this channel. You said this channel's not censored either, right?
Yeah, something about that.
Now, do you still do your gaming channel? Because I was really enjoying it, and then I don't get updates for it anymore.
I was going to do it tonight after we're done here. It'd be the first time in, 3 weeks maybe.
Cool.
Oh,
very
good.
Nice.
I was afraid I deleted it or something.
No, it should still be there somewhere.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, I will be there when you come on the screen. Let's see. Fish Tank Barn. Mike, thank you very much for the $1 super sticker with the crap attached to it. Already crapping on the stream. Gotta love it. I won't be surprised if there's a bit more of the poop emoji since we have Bob. Yeah, there's Bob Kaler with Kaler's Aquatics throwing more crap on the stream. Thank you very much, Bob, for the $1 poop. Appreciate you. Always a pleasure to have you around. That is a nice LFS you've got going down there. I was enjoying what I saw of it earlier. Chad Krotz has joined us. I do want to say real quick for all the members, I did, in case you didn't see the community post, I did get all of the emojis done that you all had requested. So we currently have 9 member emojis. So I hope you enjoy those. Fantastic Freaks, hello and welcome. I don't know that I've seen you around before. Thank you very much for the super sticker, $2 super sticker with the big red thumbs up. Thank you. And Turbofish right behind that with $2 super chat says, Bob probably wasn't a cheap guest to have on. Hey, I don't know. He's pretty cheap.
I'm pretty cheap because I don't promote anything ever.
He doesn't. I do more promoting when I'm on his stream than he does when he's on his stream.
It's very true. It's very true. I'm still figuring things out. For some reason now I'm lagging like way behind in So, like you said that Bob Kaler super chat, I didn't see that for like 2 minutes. So I'm still working on that. Give me a second.
Are you looking at it in the StreamYard chat or on the YouTube chat?
YouTube chat.
Okay, I would say StreamYard chat is horribly behind, so don't expect anything. Look at all those custom member emojis. I hope you all enjoy them. Took that from your recommendations, so there you have it. Hello,
Awesome,
Crystals, Pets, and Plants. We're going to give Bob just a second to see if he can figure out what's going on over there. Guppy Guru with the $2 super chat. It says custom emoji ×4 with the beautiful guppies there and just cause. So thank you, Peter, for that. I appreciate it. I also want to say thank you to Guppy Guru, who has taken over as website as administrator, if you will. So thank you very much. Went and revamped the fishroomfever.com website, made it look even prettier, updated the stream times and all that good stuff. So I appreciate that, buddy.
I got that super chat right away, so I think I'm good now.
Perfect. All right. So
although we might have to have some people throw down some more super chats just so I can double check.
Right. Just to make sure, throw some more crap at the stream, right? There's Chattanooga Ed crapping on the stream with $1. Thank you very much, Ed. I appreciate that, buddy.
You bet. That'd be fun.
Oh, gotta love it.
Yeah, are you making the announcement tonight? Is that going on tonight?
I am making an announcement tonight, yes. And it's going to raise a million more questions than it will give answers, but it is just kind of a sneak peek of things to come. I'd like to have potentially some sort of small announcement to add on to it every Saturday with hopefully, fingers crossed, a full release of details around the beginning of July. So that is the hope. But I do have an announcement tonight. Katie's living the dream. Not only did she become a member before the stream, also threw up the $5 super chat saying, "Hey, y'all. Hey, it was good to meet you. I hope the Molly is doing well. Just let us know and keep me updated on that." And then we've got Dragon Lair dropping the $1 turd on the stream as well. Thank you very much, Dragon Lair. All sorts of awesome people in here tonight. I really do appreciate you all. In typical Bob,
I shared it in my group.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I wasn't going to say anything, but thank you. I appreciate that. In typical Bob Steenfott fashion, don't have a topic for tonight. We're just going to play it by ear. So
I like it.
Yeah, that's the best way, and it leaves you lots of room and freedom. But there will be an announcement regarding a big fishy event coming this fall. I'm not giving you the name just yet. That's being run through legal avenues, if you will, to make sure it's cleared and good. So just call it Fall Fever if you have to call it something, but that's not going to be what it's called. So we'll just get that question out of the way right now. Pegasus Rena says, "Fish Room Fever, my daughter." Is that cat? I can't see on the screen there. Let me pull that down. Okay, I'm going to murder how your daughter's name is said, so I don't want to do that. Is it Kaya? I'm hoping it's Kaya. It says, "Those angels, oh so pretty. When's the Redbeard guy going to talk? And if it's not Kaya, please let me know, and I will say it correctly. That way I'm not saying her name wrong, because I feel bad to say anybody's name wrong, but especially a kid."
I'm just here for the good looks.
He is. Ed is here to bring beauty to the stream.
But hey, Bob, if James and I get the PUBG game, can we play it with you sometime?
That way I would hope so. It gets boring. I would play with anyone over playing with myself. It's really boring.
Oh, insert comments in the chat here. But no, I would definitely be up for that, especially since I will have a lot more free time after Friday. This is my last week. Oh, I'm so excited and relieved.
It's probably pretty cheap. I'm not gonna lie though, unless you can get it cheap, I wouldn't buy it because the game is pretty bad.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well,
so if you get like a 50% off Steam sale or something like that, but it's a dying game right now. So
gotcha. Well, are you on PlayStation? You on Xbox? You on
PC?
PC. Oh, see, now I'm an Xbox guy.
But you have a PC.
Are you kidding? My laptop can barely keep up with live streams. I can't game on it.
Oh man.
Ed's got a game.
Like it's with me and you, Ed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sad.
This is it's free on Game Pass, whatever that is. I have no idea what that is.
So we also had Fantastic Freaks has got a 36-gallon bow front that's empty. What would you guys do with such a tank? Currently think various tiger barbs would be nice.
I just got one that I need to pick up as soon as the sickness stops. It's because it's in Missouri, but I'm going to spin it around and turn it into a coral tank. So the bow will be in the back. And I think that'll be kind of cool.
Well, first off, let me say thank you very, very much for the $5 super chat. Very much appreciated, Fantastic Freaks. If it was me, I hate to say it because so many people are not going to like it, but I would turn it into a nice little guppy tank. Nice, heavily planted guppy tank. Get you a nice strain in there and just let them breed like crazy. Do some colony breeding on one pretty strain. If you don't like guppies, I don't know. I'm really loving tetras right now. I've probably got about 60 different tetras. Actually, I probably got like 80 tetras of about 12 different varieties. So maybe a nice tetra tank.
And you waiting for me to chime in?
Yeah, go for it, Mr. Rainbow Fish.
What do we got? A 36-gallon bow front. This is what I would do. On the bow front, I would paint a red circle around it. In the middle, I'd put a red dot. Then I'd walk out into a field. I'd grab my gun. I'm just kidding. I do not like bow front tanks at all. From a filming and a picture standpoint, that bow is awful to film. I hate bow fronts. But I would actually do some type of Lake Tanganyika rock dweller, all jokes aside.
Okay. Not what I was guessing you would say.
Well, I know everyone wants me to go with bow front tanks with rainbow fish, but one thing I do like with bow fronts are like piles of rocks. So I'm thinking like salt or like rock dwellers.
Very cool. I like that answer. Turbofish, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, I'm just here for Bob's good looks. Well, there you go. There you have it. I don't blame you. That's the only reason I asked him on was his good looks. Definitely wasn't his personality. Gosh. I'm
looking pretty fresh tonight. I'm not going to
lie. So Miss Fever says she's already got PUBG downloaded and it's free on Game Pass. So I may have to look into that. But again, it won't be on PC.
I don't know if they do cross-platform. I have no idea.
I'm not sure either. Lefty3213A says Project Fossilia. I do want to talk about at some point tonight that we are coming to the end of the contest hashtag Fossilia entry. Now, bear with me. My gums are sore today, so I'm going to be having some speaking issues more than the usual, but the show must go on, so I am here. So we're definitely going to get into that so we can make everybody aware of it. Guppy Guru did an awesome brief live on Instagram, encouraging some people to get in on that had not heard about us. Thank you for that. But what's been going on in the wonderful world of Bob?
What?
Huh? What's been going on in the wonderful world of Bob?
Not a lot. Picked up a new car this week. Went and helped my buddy with his fish tank, and he helped me with my car. So that was kind of quid pro quo.
Nice.
But that's about it. Just working on getting back on track, getting a schedule for my channel, for all my channels. Trying to work it out. So, I did get burned out a little bit on fish videos. I got to admit, it's been like 4 years. And so I took it kind of easy last month. I only did 4 videos, which is still a video a week.
Right.
I should say this month. It's still a 30th. But I'm trying to come up with a schedule for all my channels. So keep me from getting burnt out on one specific channel.
Because you're doing, what, 3 channels now?
Is
it 4?
3 channels that I talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not counting the ones you don't talk about. I would say you got the card channel, the gaming channel, and of course Steenfott Aquatics.
Yep. So that's about it. Just kind of been scheming, game planning, things like that.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about the card channel because I asked about it in your stream and we're like, we can talk about that on Saturday. So. What do you got planned for that?
Yeah, people don't like people get angry when you don't talk about fish on a fish stream.
They'll be okay. They still
so it was actually the Zen Ginger. She picked out the name. It's Rust Relics and Restorations, and nice. I wanted to go. I like the 3R idea for the logo. So I haven't designed a logo yet, but basically the goal is to be one of the worst automotive channels on YouTube.
You can accomplish that. I have faith in you.
I think so. And to give home to cars that nobody else wants. and the car I got this weekend was literally headed for the crusher. So it should be interesting. I don't know. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh goodness.
I'm basically gonna have like the biggest fleet of hoopties that anyone's ever had. That's the goal.
You ran out of room for fish tanks, so you decided to collect crappy cars.
Well, I can't put my fish tanks on the, I can't park them in the street, but I can do that with my cars.
Gotcha. Dragonlair says, I'll yell at you when I get tired of car talk. So I'm going to assume the answer is probably no. You're going to say watch the video, but can you tell us what crappy car you saved from the crusher?
I can tell you guys that I bought a police car, an old, not one of these new Interceptors, an old police car that's still like 99% intact. The only thing that doesn't have is the cage.
Well, that's awesome.
Still has the light bar, the strobes, everything.
Oh, wow. That's super cool.
That is really awesome. Now I'm looking forward to seeing it. I figured you were going to say and somebody said Bob's Pinto's, like an old Pinto or something.
I was looking at Pintos. There was one. It was $1,000 though, which was a little bit more than I wanted to pay for a Pinto.
Right.
Especially because it didn't even run.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're worth that brand new, maybe. But no, just kidding. Just kidding. Calm down, Pinto lovers. Aquatic Marine says, take a car and make an aquarium for guppies, LOL. I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe next year for the month of Project Posilia.
Somebody's done that. Somewhere on YouTube, there is somebody that turned a car into an aquarium.
Ooh. I'm going to have to go search for that. Too.
I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen it, but somebody did that. It's a late 80s Crown Vic, to be exact. LTD, Ford LTD Crown Vic.
I will have to go search for that later. I think
so. If you've seen the movie Black Sheep, it's the same cop car that's in the movie Black Sheep.
Okay. Big Tank Hank says it was tanked that did the car aquarium, I'm assuming.
That was a Volkswagen van, I think. Like the bug vans. They did it for a comedian, but I don't remember who.
Well, there used to be a guy on YouTube, and this was a long time ago, but he did it. It wasn't the show Tank, but I'm sure Tank's done it as well.
Gotcha.
But he would take like random stuff like TVs and cars and just make fish tanks out of them.
See,
it's been so long, I don't remember. He wasn't like a serious YouTuber or anything like that.
I always thought that was a neat idea, which is random things being turned into fish tanks. You do a fish tank refrigerator, you open the doors, you got your fish there.
Well, I do like the old TV fish tanks, like the 1950s, 60s, the big console TVs.
Yeah.
In the 90s, I got a whole bunch of bubblegum machines from Walmart because they used to have like those put a quarter in or a nickel and get gum. And I just got them free. And I had like 16 of them. And I was going to turn those into little tanks. And I never did it. And I sold my house and sold those things. And probably made more money off of selling the machines than if I would have turned it into tank.
Oh, so let's see. What do we got? 7:48 my time. I guess I will make that announcement at 8 o'clock here in about 12 minutes. Because I'm sure questions will flood into which I will not be permitted to answer at that point. But we'll do what we can.
Wait a minute. So we can't even wait. I heard you talk about this, but I'm still screwing my computer. What are we not allowed to say so I don't get you in trouble?
I'm divulging the date at this point, and then next Saturday I'll hope to have more that I can give out. But
what's the date for?
The date.
The location was already set on my stream. I'd just like to point that out.
No, it wasn't.
It was set in chat.
No, it wasn't.
We didn't say it, like me or you didn't say it, but someone in chat said it.
Well,
I didn't say what they said in chat.
So someone would actually have to go back and like sit through it and sit through the chat.
I remember. I could just say it.
But I won't say it. I won't say it.
Ed's having technical difficulties. Oh, look, there he it must be his internet. Now I got to do this.
Hey, now I'm on top.
Back.
Oh, no. I don't like being on bottom.
I'm moving up in the world. All right. We hear it here first. Ed's a bottom.
Yeah, so there, we just want to make sure that everything's going to be, safety considered and public health and all the legal stuff. And permits and all the things that you have to cover for any type of event. Bob's like, you don't need any of that. Just, have a party. I can see it on his face, but
I would literally be like Ron Swanson when they asked, "Where's your permit?" And I'd hand him a paper, and it would say, "I can do whatever I want."
Yeah, I thought we were in America.
Let me get my chat back here. There we go.
Honestly,
All
if they
right.
own the parking lot, I don't know what anyone could do about it.
That's fine.
It's already zoned for commercial, so. But
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah,
They want to make sure.
So
Tennessee's a pretty awesome state too. So
it is. So yes, it will be in Knoxville, Tennessee. We did say it is not going to be at a hotel because somebody mentioned having it at the hotel or getting discounts at the hotel. But there are a lot of things in the works. Again, I'm gonna tease, but hopefully,
tent in
there
a
you go.
sleeping bag.
Absolutely.
I Google Earthed it. There's lots of like mountains, and you have a state park pretty close.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's I think you'll enjoy it, Bob. I think you will.
I might even ride over on my bike. I don't know. That's why I haven't bought a ticket yet.
Nice, very nice. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's see, Crystal's Pizza Plants is 6:48 my time. Yeah, so you're gonna have to wait an extra hour before I tell you, Crystal. So you just messed that up. No, I'm kidding. Dragonlair says, I made a console TV into an aquarium back in the 70s. I always wanted to do that. This is going to throw me off having you two reverse now.
Brad has no faith in me.
No.
Can't you mute me and then do the same thing you did with him?
I could do it. Yeah, I could throw you off and bring you back. There we go.
Everything is back to normal now.
Yeah, yes. Well, with the three of us, normal is not really an option, but it is back to the way it was.
So I shared this on my YouTube community tab.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the only person to thumbs up it is me.
Oh, goodness. Well, I appreciate you sharing it.
I'm curious if the community tab even does anything. Like, I don't know that people go to YouTube for
I wonder if
community tabs. I don't know.
See, I haven't even gotten a notification that you put anything on your community tab. So it may just be YouTube as being YouTube, and like 30 minutes from now, it'll pop up that you shared something on your community tab. And then we'll see that mass influx of all your followers coming in. But we got 46 people watching, 35 thumbs up. I appreciate that very much.
Hey, James, I got a question about the event.
Yes.
My sister has a popcorn business, and I was thinking about like bringing like 100 bags of popcorn and just giving them out free. And I thought I would do it like she does, like this one where there's a whole bunch of different colors, and I could call them the betta bags.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be allowed?
I would say talk to me off stream, and I will speak with my currently silent partner.
I would say you want to be very careful with food and liability.
Yes, that's a big thing.
That's like if you brought in like a taco truck, then the responsibility is on them.
Yeah.
But if you brought in your own food and someone got I don't know that anyone's ever got sick on popcorn, but
so you're gonna have to sit in your car 5 parking lots over and hand them out privately.
No.
Get a van with no windows.
Galaxy popcorn.
Oh goodness. Yeah, that would be one of the biggest concerns would just be, and that's one of the reasons that we're not just all out. Here's a whole bunch of details, because you got to cover legal bases nowadays, of course, public health and safety as well, but liability and issues like that. And that's all stuff that's being looked into, right down to the name of the thing. We want to make sure that it's legally usable and all of that good stuff. So that's why I said just call it Feverfest for now. It's not the name, but if you have to have a name for it, go for it.
I think it's cool to give out beta bags.
I don't disagree with you. Dragonlair says free popcorn at your own risk. Yeah, you've got to tape a 5-page liability disclaimer on the bag. Did Bob mute himself? I think he did.
Yeah.
Nope. Apparently I muted Bob somehow and didn't even know it.
The host has unmuted your mic. Am I back?
You're back. I didn't know I muted you. I was over here playing with the chat.
You're also going to have to make sure that, because you guys have a lot of people in Tennessee, you're going to have to make sure he's well stocked on fish and supplies. Because we're going to be, I mean, if you promote this thing, there's going to be so many people there buying stuff.
Yep. And I will say that has definitely been taken into consideration. Look at that. Palmer Aquatics. Hello. Thank you. $2 super chat says Bob is my favorite fish tuber. Bob is one of my favorite fish tubers as well. Bob Steenfott's not bad either, but Kaler's Aquatics, Bob is no.
Yeah, Bob Kaler, he's a pimp.
He is. Thank you, Palmer Aquatics. I really do appreciate that. And yes, Bob is an awesome guy.
Bob Kaler.
Bob Kaler's my friend.
Yeah. Bob Kaler is the reason that you have to deal with me on a regular basis on YouTube. Bob always says, don't put that evil on him, but he was the first fish tuber that I got to meet. Brought me under his wing, taught me everything he knew.
Poor Bob.
Poor Bob.
Well, I don't know. At this point, I don't know which Bob you're talking about, so I'm confused.
Exactly. I was talking about Kaler because you said Kaler was an awesome guy. Yeah. I've not met you.
I know. I was meaning we're not talking about Bob anymore, and poor guy's just sitting there.
Which Bob are we talking about?
So anyways, moving on.
Oh goodness. But yeah, lots of stuff that we're working on. So bear with me. You can ask questions. I'm not going to give answers that I'm not supposed to / entitled to give at this point in purpose. Zen Ginger says I've changed the name twice. I can't even keep the fake name straight. Yeah, that's just to throw people off. But yeah, I think
she makes popcorn. That's her popcorn.
Well, I tell you what, you are welcome to bring me a free bag of it.
Okay.
Like tricks. Yeah. Tricks are for kids.
Yep. I don't know if it tastes like tricks, but it might.
Dragonlair says, where did Bob C go? He's being quiet. He's plotting James. Yes, he probably is. So let me ask you this, because I was listening to Bentley's stream earlier, and of course he's rainbows, just like you. If one were to set up a rainbow tank, let's say a 55-gallon, what would you recommend, Bob Steenfott?
Well, see, I don't recommend fish outside of rainbow fish. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. A rainbow tank. If I were to set up a rainbow tank.
Yeah. So when people ask me like what fish, I say rainbow fish, but I don't get specifics because
come on.
I don't know. Like, do you like red fish? Do you like blue fish? Do you like yellow?
You
could literally get rainbow fish in any color you want.
I like blue fish.
So then I would say get kamakas or turquoise.
Kamakas or turquoise. Okay. All right. How heavily planted should I go in that sucker?
The most plants you've ever had in any tank ever.
Well, I want the fish to be able to move.
Well, yeah. You just keep the the top of the column clear.
Palmer's Aquatics. Thank you again for the $5 super chat. Again, there goes the not talking thing. It says clears throat. What is Steenfott's hardest struggles right now?
Motivation. Simply it. Yeah, I kind of hinted on this on my last stream where I've been kind of in this weird place ever since I lost my dog this month. So
yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that.
It's just been one of those kind of weird months. So that's why I'm like taking a little bit slower and trying to come up with a schedule and definitely I would say motivation right now.
Well, it's definitely understandable. I wasn't going to bring that up, but I can understand that being rough. And again, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you will find that happy place. Go to your happy place and be back on track. And of course, you got all these people that love you and support you and, do anything for you. So,
and it helps too. Trust me, if there was nobody here, I would have quit making videos a long time ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So never hesitate if there's anything that I can do, or I'm sure just about anybody else, please let us know. Because we love you, Bob. As much as I give you a hard time, you're a good guy. So
anyways,
Fantastic Freaks. Thank you, Palmer Aquatics, for making Bob cry. No, seriously, thank you for the super chat. But Fantastic Freaks came in directly behind that with a $5 super chat. It says, speaking of saltwater earlier, I got a 185-gallon coming that I want to put a porcupine puffer in. What would be some good tank mates for the puffer?
A porcupine puffer?
Yep. Nobody's going to go first because
Nobody
it's a
has.
saltwater
Does anyone
question.
have a salt tank? Right? I've never.
Where's Bob Kaler when you need him?
Yeah, Bob Kaler's here. He's talking.
All that stuff that's in Kaler's tank.
So here's the thing. I will give you a very unpopular answer. And again, this is one of those what works for me may not work for you. At one point, I had a Fowler predator tank, fish only with live rock predator tank. And I had the eel, lionfish, puffer combo going in that tank. It worked for me. There are also horror stories, but it worked for me, and several other people I know have enjoyed that. So that's the only advice I can really give you. I'm not doing a whole lot of saltwater. I have one saltwater tank right now, and all it has is a Tessellata eel in it. Bob Kaler, I'm sure if he's hanging out, could give you about 47 answers to that because he is well versed in saltwater. It's been over 10 years since I kept salt, and the way the recommendations change in the hobby, I'd hate to say something and be, committing channel suicide for saying it.
So I forgot what I was going to say. Porcupine. Fowler. I've always wanted to do a Fowler tank, but I'm smart enough or have enough self-awareness that I would not be able to stare at all the live rocks or whatever and not put any type of coral in there. I would definitely try it, and it wouldn't end well.
I have, and it didn't. You're absolutely right. I had the same issue. Yeah, at one point I had a 220-gallon, and then it was just Fowler, and then I tried the corals in it, and it was a horrible idea. You could probably get away with it. Like I've got the Tessellata eel, and I'm probably going to use some of the attachable ledges that are intended for frags, for the frag plugs that are either magnetic or suction cupped, and see if I can put some corals up on the side of the tank where she doesn't really kick the rocks around. But I know if I put anything on the rocks, the way she likes to flip them around, it's just going to get murdered. But I do want to say Sand Creek Aquatics. Oops, sorry.
How big of a tank was it?
180.
185 gallon.
Man, you could do all sorts of good stuff with that. I would get squirrelfish. Get a couple of them. They're awesome.
Good. All right, so you got another super chat from Palmer Aquatics, and it says $3. Please paint the 2x4 stands, Bob, for my OCD. I actually burnt them with a torch, and I still have to stain them, but I haven't decided what color I'm going to stain them. So I'm not going to paint them, but I'm going to stain them.
Oh, nice. See, when you said I actually burnt them with a torch, I thought you meant you went and set them on fire just because shooting them wasn't good enough.
Basically a propane torch.
You really haven't been motivated this month.
No, we did have Sand Creek Aquatics also had the $2 super sticker with the big red thumbs up. Nathan, I appreciate you very, very much for that. I didn't want you to feel Mr. Overlooked. Thank you again, Palmer, for that. Much appreciated, my friend. Keather's Aquatic says, what was the question? So the question was, speaking of saltwater earlier, I got a 185-gallon coming that I want to put a porcupine puffer in. What would be some good tank mates for the puffer? Because I know Bob's got a whole bunch of fish in with his puffers. But
Bob had a dog face puffer with his also. That was a pretty cool combination.
And you got to love Bob Kaler. He's willing to work even though it's not his stream. And I'm sure he's doing a million other things, either feeding fish or he's down at the Ark. Which, by the way, we did add the GoFundMe for the Ark, which is the nonprofit shelter that Bob Kaler runs, Kaler's Aquatics. We added that link to the fishroomfever.com website for easy access.
Awesome.
I'm just looking to see because I know that Bob will be chiming in. Guppy Guru says the link for Project Posilia is live on the Fish Room Fever website also. And hello, Alice. So, Ed, did you want to tell people a little bit about Project Posilia? The entry, just the final, where to check it out. No. Bob, I don't think you were going to participate in it, were you? Some guppy pictures.
You talking to me, Bob, or Bob?
Talking
Kaler?
to you, Bob. Steenfott, Bob.
I don't have any guppy pictures.
But Bob Kaler is participating by donating I believe, trio of beautiful blue guppies. I think that they're like the type that you look down on and they just look amazing. They kind of have the metallic head, steel heads. but there's 3 different categories. Do you want me to go through the whole thing, James?
Not necessarily at this point.
Okay.
Just kind of an overview, and make sure they go and check it out because it's the last day.
Okay. Make sure
tomorrow's last day.
You post a photo of your favorite guppy, your guppy, anybody's guppy. You can do whatever you want to it as long as it's your photo. It can't be Jimmy's. You can do the same thing with the video. It's just got to be 3 minutes or less. It can be any type of video you want. But it's got to be your video. And the third category is any other form of media, like dancing, singing, paper mache, you name it. So those 3 categories are the 3. You only get to put in 3 different categories or entries, 1 on each category. And then Rack from River Life, he'll be doing a special drawing, or not drawing, but judging, where he is going to pick what inspires him the most on Pasilia. And anybody that, I don't know, does everybody know what a Pasilia is? It's a live bear that's either a guppy, an inler, or a mullet. Those are the guys that we want. And then there's also going to be a grand entry. And the prizes are pretty awesome. Guppy Guru has made an amazing super trophy. We've got certificates donated by
DPK Aquariums. Aquarium Fish.
They look amazing. James and I have got some special prizes. Exotics. Diego has donated a plant grouping.
Yeah, we've got about a dozen people that have donated stuff. So I would say check out the website, the Facebook page, for all of the details specifically. But you do only have until tomorrow to enter. Steenfott, you could do an interpretive dance like Bob Kaler's going to. He's going to do a guppy twerk video, I do believe.
Oh, you just wait till I'm in Tennessee. I've been working on some dance moves just for Tennessee.
Speaking of that, I'm going to read back Bob Kaler's answer to that question from that super chat. Bob Kaler's Aquatics says, Queen Angel, Squirrelfish, Tangs, Dithers like damsels, and Chromis. No inverts, as this is their diet. So there you go. Thank you very much for that, Bob Kaler. So the mystery fall event is going to be held on, now this is again pending any legal issues or the sickness or human malware, as Bentley Pasco calls it. Pending that stuff, October 3rd and 4th, as long as, the world doesn't crash and the cops don't send a riot team out. October 3rd and 4th. So that is the big announcement for tonight. We tried to space it out in between, of course, Aquashella, the end of the month. You've got the Pam's camping trip and the Keystone Clash toward the beginning of the month / middle of the month. And then the other week that would have been good, there's actually a college home game here for anybody that follows college football. It's UT versus Florida, which is like the biggest rivalry. So that was not going to be pretty in town that week. Palmer's Aquatics, again with the $4.99, the $5 super chat says, taking off, guys. I'm going to go catch up on Bob's new video. Palmer, thank you very much for the super chats. I appreciate you coming on here. Palmer's Aquatics, much bigger channel than mine. Go check him out. If you haven't already, I'm subscribed to him, and I enjoy what he's got going on over there. So awesome to see you in here. It's always cool when I see these people that I watch come in and hang out.
He's got a lot of neat DIY type projects that I enjoy.
Absolutely. Lefty says, can y'all give me a doctor's note for work, please? Fish room fever, so I can come. I may or may not be really, really good at using the computer to create doctor's notes. So, just talk to me off street and we'll figure something out.
Well, but the thing with a doctor's note is make it as scribbly as possible.
Yeah.
And it's more effective.
So Katie's living the dream, says, go Vols. I'm not going to get into that one. I'm a Florida fan. I'm from Florida, so I try and avoid that. But so with that being said, Bob Steenfott, I believe that you're going to try and be down here. I mean, you've mentioned.
Yeah, mark your calendars. If I come, it'll be the 2nd through the 5th.
2nd through the 5th. Very cool.
Just because
That'll
the price of airfare is way cheaper on Monday than it is on Sunday to leave.
We'll see. That would give us plenty of time to go play with those things that go boom that you said you wanted to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely liking that idea. And I'll be gone from work, which was something that was a possible topic for tonight, since you, of course, left the workforce and are doing your own thing, the fish tube dream, so to speak. Even though motivation is lacking currently, life is always going to have its ups and downs no matter what you're doing, even when you're living your dream. But I will have plenty of free time when that comes. I do want to tell you, because I think that you will appreciate this, a funny story from my current job yesterday. If you want to hear it, it's about the lovely customer is always right type of thing.
Customer's always wrong.
Yeah, and you've got a retail employee that's already put in their notice. So Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics, I finally got that package yesterday. No fault of Detroit's that it was late. Post office took 12, 13 days to get it to me from Detroit. So it shows up. I leave for my lunch break so I can come home and pop open the box and see if anything's alive, which everything was. I know, spoiler for the video I put out earlier. I'm trying to get these shrimp unbagged, get everything acclimated, and my phone keeps going off from the store number, from my work number. And there's a customer there, and she's absolutely livid because she didn't get the discount, the 3 for $8 discount on buying 2 Diet Dr. Peppers and a Diet Mountain Dew 6-pack. Well, for anybody that doesn't know, Dr. Pepper is not a Pepsi product. Up north, they're distributed by Pepsi. Down south, they're distributed by Coke, but they're technically a Keurig product because Keurig bought out Dr. Pepper Snapple Group. So I tell the manager that's there, I was like, look, just let her know. 2 different companies. It's like trying to buy a Ford and a Chevy and get a Chevy promo. It's not going to work. We can refund it if she's got the product, whatever. So she calls me back in about 2 minutes and says, no, customer says you're lying. They're the same company. You don't know what you're talking about, and she wants to speak to you. And I'm like, well, I'm on my lunch break, but I'll be down there shortly. So about 4 minutes goes past. Phone rings again. She says, look, customer wants to know how much longer it's going to take. She doesn't have time to wait on you. She has other things to do. At this point, I'm about 2 minutes away from the store because I'm like, all right, okay. I see how this is going to go. Well, I get in there and I try to explain to her. She's like, well, I want a refund. I said, that's fine. You mean the product, we'll do a refund. She says, well, I don't have the product. Just give me a refund. I'm like, well, that's not how that works. You bring me the product, I give you the money back. And she's like, well, your sign said this. And I said, I promise you, there was no sign that said those 2 products together were on sale. And she said, well, you probably just took it down. And I'm like, well, no, the sign's back there. Let's go read it. But she said, no, we're not going to go do that. And I try and show her the invoice where I had just received Dr. Pepper delivered by the Coca-Cola company, because that's who delivers to us. And she, no. So I very politely, because at this point, my understanding is she's illiterate, which is fine, but that's my thinking. She won't read the invoice. She didn't read the sign properly. I very politely reach over and pull out a Dollar General literacy brochure, hand it to her and say, this is a free program. They help adults learn to read. Here you go. She throws it at me. Do you believe that, Bob? She threw it at me and proceeded to cuss me. I could not believe it.
The nerve.
I know. So she wants corporate's number. I give me corporate's number. And I said, ma'am, with all due respect, you've not listened to a word I've said. You think I'm wrong about everything. So you should probably just Google it and get the information for yourself, because I don't know what I'm talking about. There was more, but we'll leave it at that. Let's just say she was not happy. So I took one for all of you retail people that have to keep your mouth shut because you have to have that job. There you go. I felt like maybe she'll think next time before she goes in on an employee, possibly. She said, I'm calling corporate. And I said, that's fine. But just so you know, I already put my notice in. So when you show up next time and I don't work here, don't think it was because of you.
I always like those kind of customers. It's always fun to laugh at them.
Yeah. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that, knowing how you are. So I've been waiting to tell you that story. I told Zen a little bit about it on Messenger. I was like, I'll tell the rest of the story tomorrow on the stream. There's more to it, but for time purposes and language purposes, we won't get into everything she said, nor my rebuttals.
I always love to just stand in front of them and give them the biggest, fakest smile ever.
And normally I would, but at this point, as soon as she cussed me, I was like, nope. I've already turned in my notice. Technically, yesterday was my last day, but I stayed an extra week simply to help with inventory. So I'm like, I'm gone anyway. What are they going to do? Fire me? I was like, this is, maybe she'll at least think before the next time she tries to lose it. But I was like, you're ignorant. You really need to learn, what you're talking about before you tell people they're wrong. And just because you're the customer doesn't mean the world is magically going to change and be the way you want it to be. Zen Ginger says, I think he told her to catch Corona. Possibly. Maybe the only person I have ever said, for the good of humanity, please just catch Corona already. But people like that think that they're entitled to everything and are right when they are wrong just really, really irritate me. So, took one for the team while I could.
Well, I got to work in retail back before the internet, so you could really say anything.
Yeah.
And you can almost do anything and not get in trouble.
Oh, nowadays I've actually had this happen before. I've had people come in and take videos of the store and then send it to corporate and be like, look at this mess, and it's like, okay, you went through and you ripped all the stuff off of the clearance aisle and then send a video to corporate that it's all in the floor. Yeah. Because you want a free gift card.
My wife waits table. She had a complaint that the bacon tasted like salted pork.
Oh.
I said, I'll give you some salted pork. Shoot.
Oh. Lefty3213A says, as someone who had to not argue when I was called a woman on the phone, thank you, Fish Root Fever. You're welcome. I felt like I needed to do it because honestly, you never know who she's going to go up to. It may be somebody that's having a really bad day. It may be somebody with mental health issues. And she goes up and she treats that person like crap and she cusses at them and they go home and do something that, they shouldn't do. So people don't think about that. People don't think about the repercussions of their actions. They just think that they're right and they should get what they want because they're the customer. And it's a shame, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, of all the things to be upset about, you're upset about not getting a free Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and then
Dr. Pepper tastes like crap anyways. Who cares?
And then the fact that I was expected to, on my lunch break, leave my house and the next county over, drive back there on her time schedule because she had other stops to make, and she didn't want to have to wait for me. So it's like, what, makes no sense. But it's a shame. Hopefully she'll think twice. I will say that it has kind of made me a legend amongst store managers lately. I've had a couple that apparently the story has gotten to that were like, dude, thank you. Wish I could have seen it. Ginger Graves says, Fisher Fever, I tell idiots like that to look up the camera in Walmart. The cameras in Walmart are all live. Yeah, absolutely. They walk among us, says Bob Keller's Aquatics. But yeah, that's my funny story. Anybody that's worked retail or, dealt with the public, any type of customer service, we've all had those customers. They seem to have increased. And I'm curious if everybody else has seen this, but they seem to have increased with the current health state in the world. And that's part of what
increase in general. There's just way more visibility with the internet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've had more people cuss me in the past month and a half since this thing started than I would normally have in 6 or 8 months. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, there's no toilet paper. There's, not really anything I can do about it. And you slinging profanity at me is not really going to help, but I apologize. And
I think people are just tired of being stuck at home.
Yeah.
Cooped up.
Let's see. Pegasus Arena says, Fish from Fever, how about people parking in the fire lane because they don't want to cross the parking lot while 80-year-old with a walker makes the walk from halfway through the lot? Yeah, I've gotten on to people about parking in the handicap spaces before that we're not supposed to be in the handicap spaces. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I had a customer one time pulled in and was giving a guy just absolute hell over being in a handicap spot. And the guy that was in the wrong parked in the spot comes in and starts telling me that the other guy's getting in his face. And I'm like, Dude, one, I'm not involved in it. Two, you're in the wrong. You're parked in a handicap spot. He's handicapped. He's a disabled veteran. And you expect me to toss him out of here because you parked in a handicap spot and you're like 23 years old and there's nothing wrong with you? You don't have a placard? So, but yeah. So there's my rant. I know people love rants. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Dank Tank says it worked at Tractor Supply. They had jerky on sale. Customer comes up complaining how nasty and bad it was dog treats. Died laughing at the guy. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, that's a good one.
Bacon strips.
Yes. Now, have you ever? I think this would be something fun to do. Get the cookies from the pet store, the dog cookies, and you take those in for the employees at work. And be like, here you go, guys. I bought you cookies.
I don't think I would do that to someone else, but
only the bad.
I have had bacon strips. They're actually not that bad. It's not as good as regular jerky, but.
All right. Looks like we may have a fishy question. All righty. Let's see.
Wow.
T-Shot says, I know, it's crazy. We don't get many of those. My tank is in my living room and gets some indirect lighting. I don't get to my tanks until 8 p.m. Is it pointless to have my light on from 4 to 10 because I'm getting that indirect light during the day? Too much? ? Who wants to go first?
If you have your light on from 4 to 10, wait, let me read this again. Some indirect lighting. I don't get my tank until 8 p.m. I don't see any problem with it.
I don't either.
I don't think it's. You would know it's too much because you'd get algae.
Algae, yeah. And then it's only too much if you don't like algae.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think that's fine. I've got some lights that stay on like these. Well, on Thursdays, my lights stay on a long time because I'm on the stream. But the other lights that I have on, let's see, the hallway fish room, those lights come on for 4.5 hours in the morning. They're off for 4.5 hours midday, and then they come back on for 5 or 6 hours at night. So, but no, I think especially with it being indirect light. Now, if that thing was sitting in front of a window with no curtain and the sunlight was beaming on it for 8 hours a day, I'd say move the tank, make sure the fish aren't overheating, and probably don't need the 6 hours of light. But with what you've got set up, it sounds good.
Do we know what type of plants are in it or anything? Or
we do not. But T-Shot does say, I don't want algae. LOL. I was afraid it's getting too much. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
No,
so if
you would know for sure.
Yeah, at the first sign you do start seeing algae, maybe cut the cycle back, but I don't think you will with just that little bit that you're running it and the sunlight being indirect. Moonstone says, do you kind of wonder what the other 24 people who can't hit like are still even doing here? Hit like, you know you want to. Thank you, Moonstone, for the shameless plugging. I appreciate that very much. Gotta love my moderator team and my member team and everybody else. The super chatters and the lurkers and the listeners, and Bob Steenfott for coming on. Let's see, there we go.
James, I got a big package for us today from the Aquarium Co-op.
I bet you did, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, took that one for the team. No, real quick, I want to say T-Shot did say swords, Nubius, and Java moss. So yeah, so you've got stuff in there that's going to be uptaking the nutrients, so that will help keep the algae at bay. If you don't see any algae pop up, I wouldn't worry about it. Just sound good. If you do start to see algae, then I would just cut it back. You know, maybe cut 2 hours off of it and go from there and see how it does.
Yeah, your sword plants are probably just eating up the nitrates anyway, so it's not really shouldn't be a big deal.
Yep. So you want to tell the people what we got? Not Bob, Chattanooga Ed.
Well, I almost called you Bob. James and I got a bunch of the fish fry or the fry food, and we're gonna split it. And because my bottle's half empty and he's got bottles, so we just figured we'd save some money by splitting it. And we also got some Easy Green. Have you ever used Easy Green?
I have not.
You're gonna love it. I love the Easy Green. It does such a good job. So that was what I got with you. And then I also got the big air pump that he sells. I'll
be right back.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I got the central air for the room, and he also has the little stainless steel caps that you like tap into it for your lines out, and he sells 5 for $6, and that is a fantastic value. And so I bought 45 of those. So,
well, I was going to ask Bob his thoughts on the Easy Green and the fry food, but I'm sure he'd say they're awesome. And then I was going to say, if you've got a dollar store nearby and you want to buy in bulk, like we did, you can get these. You get 2 of them for $1 for your fry food to go in. So,
and honestly, I don't use that when I don't pump that over the tank ever. I always pump it into my hand so I know exactly how much I've got in my. You can't see my hand right here. Pop, because sometimes it doesn't come out, and you got to pound it a couple times and then squirt it. It's kind of crazy, and then I put it in. So that's my tip of the day for you, James. You don't want to fill your whole tank with a ton of that stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Was the general? I assume. Well, I'm not going to have the bottle, so to speak. So I'll just ask. I'll take a picture of the directions.
I was meaning the fry food.
Oh well, yeah. Gotcha. But I meant like on the Easy Green, since we're. Are we splitting the Easy Green or not? I couldn't remember. And at one point you're like, I don't want to split it, and then another point you're like, maybe. So
yeah, we'll
figure it out and let me know.
You need to try it out. So we'll split it.
I will say that the thing that you had me order, Ed, shipped out today. It's supposed to be here by the 4th. He is back.
Temporarily.
All right. So, Bob, what are your impressions with Co-op Fry Food and Easy Green?
I have both, and I use both.
There we go. So
Easy Green is honestly, I only use Easy Green in one aquarium, my 240 gallon. I just started because I have like 100 tanks. I actually normally use dry ferts, and I can also tailor dry ferts to my exact water. So I tend to put in a lot of extra potassium. But for like your average aquarist that doesn't have 100 million tanks, Easy Green is awesome.
Well, I only have 47, 46, 47, something like that. So
that ones have lots of floaters.
That's kind of part of the reason I like it, is because I don't dose any ferts right now, so I wanted something that was easy green, that I could look at and go, let me go do X amount of squirts in 40 pumps once a week, and it just be not something I have to be checking the water parameters and go, I need to add this much of that and that much of this, and all sorts of calculations and measurements and things of that nature.
Yeah, if I don't do extra potassium, then I get green spot algae. That's why I have to do it that way.
I gotcha.
I'll also make it easier. Not now, but Easy Green, I put in a spray bottle, and I just go. I can just stand in one spot and hit every single tank.
I like that. Oh, thinking outside the box. Gotta love it. We've got a lot of people that are praising Easy Green. I figured it would.
I use it. I use it in my ponds too, so I can just sit on my deck and just squirt in my ponds.
That's awesome. I like that.
In your ponds, do you put any extra calcium somehow? Like crushed
I have crushed coral in my pond.
Okay. So Lefty3213A says, my tanks did grow well before when I tried, but now with Easy Green, they grow great. Fish room fever. Also, the fry food is awesome. So yeah, thank you. And lots of people saying how awesome both of those are. I figure they are. I mean, let's be honest, it's Corey. If it's a crap product, he's not going to put it out. So I'm excited to try them.
Okay, I got to go let my dogs back in.
All right, yeah, absolutely.
The one thing I forgot to order when I made that order was I wanted to get a bunch of his no clog air stones, because I love those. I've got those from him. Mm-hmm. And I wish I would have bought like 50 of them when I bought them, and I only bought like 10. And at that time, or maybe I bought a dozen, I thought, oh, look, I got so many. And no, I have none. I don't like clogging air stones. They stink. So,
yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Yep. Oh gosh. Well, tomorrow I'm going to put my guppies in the tank, or in their ponds. Ponds seem to be consistent 75. So I think it's time. Hopefully, I don't kill them.
Absolutely. Kayla's Aquatics saying Bob did vids on both products. Yes, absolutely. I'm still, like I tell people, I will ask questions I know the answer to just so that the rest of the chat who may not know the answer will still know. But I appreciate that, Bob Kaler. And if somebody wants to throw links up for those videos, they're welcome to. Not that Steenfott needs my help with getting his videos watched, but why not?
What happened? I heard my name.
Oh, just bad things. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That pretty much goes with my name.
Yeah, Kaler's Aquatics mentioned you did videos on both products, and I was saying if somebody wanted to throw links up, they could, that I had actually seen. But I will ask questions of people I know the answer to, just because everybody watching may not know the answer. I do want to say thank you real quick to everybody, which it's dropped by 1 since I pulled it up earlier. But thank you very much. We just hit 1,400 today. We're back down to 1,399, but we'll be right back at 1,400 subscribers tomorrow. So I appreciate you all very, very much for that. That is awesome. Surpassed my mental goal for the month. So thank you. Much appreciated.
On your way to 15.
Yep.
What's your next milestone that you're looking forward to? Is it 15?
My next one that I'm looking forward to is 3,000. I feel like if I can hit 3,000 fairly quickly, I can continue to skyrocket from there. I mean, honestly, when I first started the channel, September of last year, started on the 20th of September, 2019, my goal was 1,000 subscribers, monetization by July 2nd, my birthday. That was like, okay, I'm going to do this by July 2nd. Then it kind of started to take off, and I'm like, okay, now my goal is like 500 subscribers by Christmas, New Year's, and went way past that. And so it's just kind of been, I'm upping the game. So like my end of the year goal is 3,000 subscribers, just because I made the goal for this month initially was going to be 1,200. We flew past that. So I'm like, I'm going to push harder. I'm going to just set it for 3,000 by the end of the year and work my butt off. With leaving work after next week, I've got so much stuff that's in the can right now that I just need to put final touches on, and get finishing shots and voiceover and that kind of stuff that I'll have time to do. I think I'll be able to put out more content better, and get to some things that I've wanted to do but just have not had time to with one day off a week.
So Bob Kaler says Corey did the vid on Easy Green in a spray bottle, and I would just like to point out that he did have a video on it, but I was in his fish room, and I saw that he had it in a spray bottle, and I was like, oh man, this is really cool. And then like a week later, out came the video.
Gotta love that. Oh, I hear the puppy dogs.
James,
yeah, they get a little rowdy after a big dump. I don't know what it is. Every time.
I do too. I'm the same way. I just did that before the stream. That's why I came in fired up and ready to go. Yeah.
Quicker.
They always go crazy. I don't know what it is.
Gotta love it. I'm looking to see if we've got any other fish related questions. We don't seem to get a whole lot of those anymore.
I don't know what that tells us.
I know.
I think it's a good thing, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Well, and I have seen some new people. Thursday, I saw several new people that showed up in Corey's stream and then followed all the way through to the end of the night. And I thought that was pretty cool, because that was the whole reason I started on YouTube, was just getting all the fish questions. And I was like, these people ask me a question, they're going to have 20 more questions once they get home, and there's no way that they can even reach out to me. I'm not giving everybody my cell phone number. So if I make like a centralized location, they can always find me there and ask me questions. So love it.
Texas Fish Room says you should also use some Easy Iron. Have you used the Easy Iron, Bob?
I have Easy Iron, but I'm going to be honest. So I got the Easy Iron, the Easy Carbon, and the Easy Green all for free when he first introduced all those lines. The only ones I used was the Easy Iron and the Easy Green, and I only use about half the bottle of the Easy Iron, simply because I have dry ferts, and I have iron is insanely cheap, and so I have like 5-pound bags of dry fruits of iron. So yeah, but again, for the average person, I would definitely use easy iron if you have red plants. Otherwise, not really a big deal, to be honest, in my opinion.
Gotcha. So Anthony's fishy friend says James doesn't love us all. I love each and every one of you. I constantly see when I look at 1,399 subscribers, I don't just see a number. I see 1,399 people that have decided for whatever crazy reason they like something.
I see 1,399 friends.
Exactly. Oh. But no, I remember there are people attached to the number, and I appreciate that. And like Bob mentioned, it does help when you're having a rough day to go, look, there's people that, enjoy what I do and, want to see what I'm doing. So it can help in good times and in bad times. Lefty3213A says, if you could collab in person with any non-USA fish tuber, who would it be and why? To all three of us. Fish Room Fever, that's my fishy question.
Non-USA? I'm going to go first, just so I make sure no one takes this, but I would collab with Rio. By far, he would be my first collab. Who is the young gentleman from Singapore, I believe. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But his channel has blown up in the last 6-7 months. And I think he's about ready to pass me or getting pretty close.
Oh, nice.
And I remember 3 years ago, he's just a kid coming to my stream with a few hundred subscribers. And now he's about to pass me, which I think is super awesome.
Oh, yeah. Give me a couple of years. I'll pass you, Bob.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would like to be with Chewy. He's a Canadian, but he knows everything, and I wish he would get on one of these streams so we could just pound him with trivia, because I think that would be fun.
Yes, I had a 7-ish hour phone conversation with Chewy one time, and it was very, very awesome. But since you took Chewy, I am actually going to go with Dr. Black 66. There are a lot of cool Aussies.
Oh, that would be a fun one too.
Dr. Black 66 just because I think it would be a blast. It would be a heck of a time. I know there would be an awesome party after the collab. And he's kind of not gotten the recognition.
Oh, I think we lost James.
Oh, we froze for half a second. I'm back. It's world on Ed. All right. I want to say thank you, Fish Tank Barn, for the $1 poop emoji. Appreciate you crapping on the stream. And we got Bob Kaler coming through with another $1 pile of crap for us. Very much appreciated. Streetwise says he posts from Singapore and Japan and has plant tours. That's pretty cool.
I don't know if the question is who would we collab with virtually, but I was thinking in person. That's what I was.
Yeah. That's what I was
to go over there.
Well,
and just hang out for a month.
Yeah, then I'm going to go with, sorry, Chew, I'm going to Australia.
Well, that's just a boat ride away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get us the tickets, Bob. You're the one that always has the good flights. We can get some cheap flights over there,
I'm very good at finding deals. I will admit that. But because I'm patient and I set up alerts and I have all these different websites. And as soon as something drops by X amount of %, then I get alerted.
I will be honest, because of course I have Amazon affiliate links. You are the person I go to when I buy stuff, and I'm looking to use somebody's Amazon affiliate link because you have all the awesome deals and stuff, and you're always like, "Hey, check out this cool stuff." So
I know, and it's been honestly ever since this whole CV stuff, the deals have just been not there.
Yeah,
I used to have. My alerts would always pop up with 4 to 5 pages of deals. Not all of them were good, but at least they would be there. Now I went from 4 to 5 pages, and there would only be maybe 3 or 4 actual good deals. But anyways, I went from 4 to 5 pages to about 6 items a day since this started.
Yeah.
So the people that actually liked my deal alerts, that's why they're just nothing.
Well, I'll make sure I do that, Bob.
I went to buy some breather bags on Amazon, and it was over $100 for the one set of breather bags I could find. And I'm like, surely that's just a crazy jacked up price, and that's not normally what they cost because I've never bought them before.
Yeah, I buy all my bags from aqpkg.com.
I'll have to come back and get that.
I think aquariumpackaging.com, aqpkg.com.
Okay. I will have to remember that.
They're also the cheapest heat packs that I've found for the unit heat.
Nice. Appreciate you sharing that, because I am going to hopefully get into shipping some fish soon, probably in 2 or 3 months. So I'm looking into doing things like that. We did successfully get some fish alive out to the Zen Ginger. I was happy about that. That was a success. So let's see. Chevy Fish says, we are so lucky. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ed.
I actually sent 2 fish. They were 1 day late, and they came in alive. So that's awesome.
Perfect. Gotta love that. There's Chattanooga Ed crapping on the stream with another $1. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Gotta love it. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for doing it virtually too, not on the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't even think about that. I got the cat right here. Maybe I could squeeze it.
You just see a handful of poop with a $1 bill shoved in it coming at the camera. Let's avoid that one. But Chevy Fish said, we are so lucky to have an honest place like Co-op to get proper info, research products, and an online shopping ability. And he has a sense of humor, a man of the people of the hobby. Absolutely. So I will say that that's one of the things we're looking for, not looking to get Corey there. Not that, anyway, but the more homegrown feel, like even Corey has mentioned, and that's why it popped into my head, these things are they've turned into like, it's a big drinking party and there's no coordination on like, hey, we're all hitting the IHOP at 10 p.m. if you want to come along. We're looking to make it more of a community-based event that everybody can be in on. Not that you can't go drink afterwards, but we don't want to leave people sitting in their hotel rooms because they didn't know we were all going to Cracker Barrel or that we were all going to IHOP or that type of stuff. So we want to get everybody involved and pretty much bring it back down to the hobbyists versus it being about corporate party event, I guess you could say.
Well, the thing about Aquarium Co-op is that dude spends a ridiculous amount of money on R&D. So for every product, and I'm just, I don't know for sure, but I'd say for every product that he brings to the market, there's probably at least a dozen that he spent thousands in R&D that didn't make it, which is just insane.
Yeah, and that's what, just like when he was selling the kinked air hose at a super discount because it had the little bend in it. And he's like, technically it's fine. It'll come out of it. You could cut it out of it, but we're just not going to sell it at full price because I don't believe in it. And that's why anytime Corey brings out a product or says he stands behind a product, I know that he has put in the honest, legitimate effort and time and resources into researching whether or not he should stand behind that product. So,
and plus, if it ends up, 6 months later, oh, this is a bad product, you're going to get taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another thing. And I'm
not sponsored. I don't get, since I started my own business, honestly, I stopped because I used to be able to like, hey, can I get some of this? I'll make a video of it. Be like, yeah, just go to the warehouse and pick it up. But since I started my own business, I stopped even asking for free stuff. So I'm like, I'm not sponsored. I don't get free stuff, but I still have to promote it because what's better?
Yeah, absolutely. I even had when my co-op order came in a while back, which thank you, Mike at the Fish Tank Barn. I used his gift card I won from his giveaway to do that. It actually had 2 things of General Cure in it. And so I messaged people and was like, hey, these were in the box. I didn't order these. Do you want me to send them back, put them in the mail? Because I didn't feel right just keeping them, without at least mentioning it. And of course they were like, no, don't send them back. We screwed it up, and we're not going to ask you to send something back at your expense. Ketchy Tropicals, hello and welcome. John says, so who do we have?
You should get him to pop in here. John, you're not doing anything right now. Come on in.
I'll send you the link, John.
Yeah, let's call him out. People want, well, I don't know if people want him on the stream. I mean,
I don't know. Here's what I'll do. I am going to be so bold, he's not going to do it, but I'm going to copy the link.
Maybe
KG.
If you send him the link and send him and say he won't do it, he'll do it out of spite, because that's pretty much how I make all my decisions.
I'm going to drop it right there in front of everybody so he can't say, I didn't get it. It's right there. It says KG and then the link. But he wants to know.
Oh, now any rando is going to come on the screen, and you're going to get.
I just won't let them up. They go backstage before they come up.
That's true. That's true. You want to get some weirdo with his pants down.
Yeah, that's happened to other people before.
I know.
But John's wanting to know who else is going to this thing. Bob's in. I don't know who else do we have in the chat that's in for this thing. October 3rd and 4th, pending catastrophic disaster from, apocalyptic health conditions. And
well, I would assume just about everyone in Tennessee, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of you.
Yeah,
I will be there if they let me bring popcorn.
No popcorn, no go.
There's my demand.
No shirt, no shoes, no popcorn.
I'll get with the legal team on it, Ed, okay?
You're Tennessee. You don't have to have a shirt or shoes on.
Right. Pam Punchy Pate says, I don't know. He might drop his pants if you let him up.
Just depends on how big the super chat is.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Lots of people saying yes, do it. No. Now I'm going to get yelled at for calling John out midstream with the link, but that's okay. I love you, John.
I started it.
Yeah, Bob started it.
So
yell at Steenfott.
Oh, John is going to be on my stream on Monday.
Yeah. See, look, it took that long for this guy to plug the fact that John was going to be on his stream Monday.
Are we sure it wasn't Lisa?
Lisa was last time.
I meant typing.
Oh, typing. No, because that would be Lisa at KG Tropicals.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I know I have talked to quite a few people. I won't divulge for them.
Tiffany White's in, Ginger's in, Katie's living the dream. I don't like that change. I'm used to UPSer.
Yeah. I got to meet her the other day at the pet store. That was awesome.
Alabama will be there too. I'll drag my Petco fish guy. He's awesome fish keeper.
There we go. Now I have my real chat back. StreamYard chat is so far behind. So yeah, I have also talked to some other people that are not in the chat. Like I said, I'm not going to announce it for them, but looks like we've probably got about another dozen people on top of that, other fishy tube people. I will let them speak for themselves when and if they decide to announce it. It's not my place to do, but I'm sure we can get a heck of a get-together going along. And of course, there are going to be a lot of people coming from outside.
We got any sponsors yet, or are we still too soon for that?
So there are quite a few things in the works, but nothing that I can legally disclose at this time without having my silent partner cut my male parts off. So we'll leave it at that. There are a lot of big things in the work, but think kind of like a big fish deal style thing where you got, we're looking to do like demos and hopefully raffles and talks and stuff like that. Tables, and of course there'll be a fish tuber table. What's that?
Will there be karaoke?
God, I hope not. Probably at the Applebee's afterwards.
I want rock band.
Applebee's.
If there's no rock band, I'm not coming.
Oh, so yeah, that's it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, more details forthcoming. Hopefully, I can give y'all little snippets every Saturday on the live streams, and then the hope is, I'm not gonna promise anything, but the hope is beginning of July we can officially roll the thing out with all the details and sponsors and people that are coming and events and all that stuff. It's not going to be some crazy, god-awful, stupid, expensive thing to go to like some of these other things are. It's, I don't want to say it's to keep hobbyists happy. We'll put it that way.
You notice he disappeared.
He did. He ran.
He was just like straight Alt F4. I'm out.
I bet he's putting his makeup on, shaving his head.
Yeah, exactly. He had to get the razor.
Wait. No rock band. No, or no Guitar Hero. It has to be rock band. I do not like Guitar Hero. It has to be rock band. I'm a diva. It's got to be rock band.
I am I'm hoping we can get John and Lisa to come on down. I think that'll be awesome. John would have to say for himself whether or not he is looking at doing that. But
well, I was going to
cool
talk to him and actually think about flying there and then driving down with him if he was going to go. Because that way I could check out his fish room and his operation. Maybe go like a day even earlier.
One thing I would ask is like, well, Bob, I know that you're planning on it. Any of the fish tubers that decide that they're definitely coming, if you will let me know either through messenger, email, or something, because we would like to get formal invitations out to you all, just because we think that would be a nice thing to do. So that's the hope and plan. But yeah, there are a lot of things in the works. I mean, like,
so we have a real question.
Yes, a real question.
Fantastic Freaks says, what would your advice be to help a young fish tube channel grow?
When you say a young fish tube channel, a kid's fish tube channel?
It just says young.
The channel age. Well, that's why I'm hoping for some.
I'm guessing a younger fish keeper and a newer channel.
So
I could be wrong, or it could just be a young, like, new fish tube. But either way,
advise a legal kid, legally being deemed not an adult, to do something and have their parent come back to sue my butt because I said, hey, you should do more live streams, or you should do live streams, and then you get what I'm saying. It's a world of legal tape anymore. But my general advice is to do what you love. If you don't love doing it, you're not going to put out good content. Yeah, and that's just, you can try and BS your way through it. But oh, look at this. He shaved his head quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, like a channel that's only a month old. So the person is not young, just the channel.
Yeah. So my advice is going to be, do what you love. Make videos about what you love, and people will follow. If you're enjoying it and you're passionate about it, people are going to enjoy that. Don't try and follow the trends necessarily, and do videos about stuff you don't know about. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. If you don't have an answer, don't BS somebody. Don't make things up, and just enjoy it. Really enjoy it. And if you do that and you hang around with all these awesome people that we've got in here, I promise you it will grow. Live streams were a phenomenal help with my channel. I know you can have too much of a good thing, but I believe everything at scale. Case in point, John at KG, that would probably be channel suicide if he did a live stream every day. But for smaller channels, it's not a bad thing to stream more than once or twice a week. So that's my thoughts on it.
My advice for a new channel is be consistent. If you can only make one video a week, make one video a week for a year. If you can make a video every day, do it every day. But whatever it is, make your schedule and be consistent.
Yep. And I did horrible at that, and I got spanked by YouTube for it. So absolutely.
Yeah. For the first 2 years I was on YouTube, I never missed a video or a live stream. And because of that, now I can take a month like last month and, scale back a little bit, although I'm being punished by YouTube, but in the long run, I won't be, it'll come back.
So John, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you coming up.
Hi. How dare you say I wouldn't come on here?
Called my bluff. I did that to Steenfott last time.
I was actually sitting out in my driveway. I put a picnic table in my driveway, and I was sitting out there watching this and working on videos at the same time in my driveway.
Oh, thank you.
So that's what took me so long to get down here.
So in StreamYard, can I turn up the volume of specific people? Because John is low to me.
You cannot. He is low to me as well.
I can turn myself up.
There,
My own microphone. Is that better?
That's better for me.
Better for me.
I have it set. It's like 25% louder than what I normally have for my stream, but whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's StreamYard, I'm sure. Yeah, so are you
the cat already?
How do you feel about this fall event? I know we don't have a lot of details released, but you think you might possibly be thinking about going to it?
Yeah, It sounds like fun. I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned it to Lisa yet. But, I mean, nothing really became official about it until, just a couple of days ago when you messaged me. You said something about it before, but it wasn't like official until just a couple of days ago.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'm not going to say anything to her until I know for sure what's going on.
Absolutely.
And so now that I know it's official, then I will talk to her.
Perfect. Yeah, because those are, like I said, pending any type of global explosion. Those are the dates. Anything else could be worked around pretty much, but that's the goal. That's the plan. There will be a lot more details forthcoming. We're just trying to be very safe before we release anything.
Ron wants to know if you have to have a beard to be on this live stream.
I'm sorry. Yes. Hang on, fellas.
Yeah.
It helps. Pam, if you want to come up, you qualify.
It should be.
I'm sorry.
Use your phone. Sorry.
Awesome.
Oh, you're fine. I do want to say, though, that we only have about 5 minutes left before Rumble's fish room goes on. I'm not going to step on his toes. There's been enough issues with crossing over the Aussies in the past unintentionally. But, so yeah.
Wait, so this live stream was timed?
Yes.
Man, I went through all that and I'm only going to be on 5 minutes. Jeez.
I feel so gypped.
Wow.
I was looking forward to another 4 or 5 hour session here.
Well, here's what I'll do.
Especially after our talk on Monday.
If you guys want to keep going, I think Rumble will understand. John wasn't expected to come up here. But now that he's here, I don't think he'll mind. But I do still want to get his link in the chat because almost all of us are used to watching multiple things at once. But now that John has gone through that effort, I would feel bad to shut him down.
I was just messing with you.
But
sorry to kind of disappear on you there for a second. I have to unhook my Wi-Fi from my router, or not my Wi-Fi, but the internet from my router, and plug it straight into my computer.
I remember because you did a couple where you forgot to do that.
Yes,
yeah.
And so I've got the router right here, but it turns out my daughter is on a Zoom call with a bunch of her friends, and she was hooked up to that router. So she comes down here like, what the heck? There's no more internet. So I had to tell her to hook up to the other one.
I got you. Well, I appreciate you cutting her Zoom call off to jump on here with us. So I will say, Priscilla asked how many subscribers I lost since Bob came on. I only lost 1, but I've gained 3 since John came on.
Well, look at that.
Go. So we officially repassed the 1,400 subscriber mark to 1,402. So there you go. And thank you, everyone. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I'm hoping to get away from a lot of the issues I've heard about at the other fish conventions, where it's not so much hobbyist focus as it is corporate focused, and there's just a giant party, and there's not a lot of good communication for everybody to be able to get together and go, hey, we're going to go have dinner over here, or hey, this is where we're going to hang out after it. That way we don't have people that are sitting in their hotel room by themselves because they don't know where everybody's going to. So
well, may I comment on that a little bit?
Absolutely. I am open to suggestions by all means.
Well, just because
many events.
Corey said something about that the other night, and he's right. I mean, it is a lot of the events have turned into that kind of a thing. But there's also a huge crowd of people that don't do that.
Right.
So, I don't think any of y'all were at Aquashella or Aquatic Experience last year. Were you Aquashella,
Nope.
Chicago? Big
Fish Day was my only event I have gotten to go to.
So the event itself, I mean, I could see why Corey would have explained or described that as like a party, because there's the loud boom boom kind of music playing, and it's dark, and there's artsy stuff happening, and it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's not as like corporate as the Aquatic Experience, where the Aquatic Experience is a lot more quiet and it's more intimate, should I say? But the stuff that happens out after the event, it's never been something that's bothered me because I don't go to those things. It's always like, okay, where are we going? I'll tell you a funny story. I probably shouldn't tell this because Corey's going to be mad at me, but his booth was right next to the YouTube booth at Aquashella. and the event was winding down, and I was exhausted because I had gone through that whole spiel to get there. And he looks over at me and he says, me and Jason from Primetime Aquatics were standing there, and he says, so where's everybody going after the event? Corey says this, and I said, I don't know. I think there's like a bar somewhere. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And he says, okay, well, where are we going? Because he knew I wasn't going to go to some bar and party and all this kind of stuff. And so we ended up, me, Corey, Jimmy, Jason, Jadron Aquatics was there. Mike Howe was there. There was a whole long list of people. Irene was there. And we all went to a place that's, I guess, really famous in Chicago. I don't remember what it was called, but it was delicious food. And we all went there, and it was all us non-drinking, just kind of boring people. We all went there and we had a great time. I mean, it was a lot of fun. So, it's not all about the party. If you're somebody like me, I avoid parties like it's right. The plague. But if you're one of those people, I would say don't avoid those events because you're scared of that, because there's more to do. You can hang out with us boring people rather than go to the bar and all that.
Absolutely. So the three aquatic experiences that I've been to, like afterwards, there's the break off of these guys are going to go drink, this group and this group over here going to go get ice cream or something, So whichever you prefer, it's good,
But Bob, what you're forgetting to mention is there's actually 3 groups. There's the group that's going to go drink. There's the group that's going to ice cream. And then there's Bob Steenfott that goes that way.
And walks through
by himself and walks through the streets of New York. So
it was Jersey, not New York. Let's get it
whatever.
Right.
You were trying to get to New York.
And that was after dinner. Just say I did go to the non-drinking because I don't drink.
That was Red Robin or Buffalo Wild Wings. What was that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Red Robin.
I would say there's probably another group though, and this is the group I would have fallen in had I not been so openly invited by everybody at Big Fish Deal, and that would be the group of people that want to be involved in those things, but don't feel like they have the ability to come up and go to Bob or go to John or even potentially go to me and go, hey, what are you all doing afterwards?
Okay. Let's just squash that nonsense right now.
Yeah.
I agree. It's nonsense
because a lot of people
that feel like that.
Yeah. So it's not nonsense in the fact that people don't feel like that. It's nonsense that I don't mean that to seem rude, but going to John, even going to Corey, coming to me, going to anyone. This is why we're here. Yeah. We're here because of you guys. We want to meet you guys. We want you. Like, there's nothing worse than for me when somebody recognizes me and they don't come and say hi, but I can see it. Like, they do the double take and they just stand there. It's like, come say hi. And
I even have people do that to me that have recognized me and then told me afterwards in a comment on a video, like, hey, I saw you, but I didn't want to come up to you. And I'm like, dude, I'm nothing special, come say hi. I'm sorry.
I know the one time that I'll go approach someone, they'll be like, who are you, freak? So,
yeah. Priscilla MK did send a $2 super chat, said John and Bob are the best. I can't disagree with that. Absolutely awesome. Thank you, Priscilla. Very, very much.
I want to expand on what Bob said.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Because it is nonsense. I mean, all of us we're just losers that make videos in our basements, but especially Bob. But everywhere we've ever gone has been like, we're not reserving VIP rooms. We're not in an exclusive thing. We go to a restaurant and we're just there. You know what I mean? So we're in public, and everywhere we've gone, it's consistently gotten bigger and bigger to where we all can't fit anywhere now. So it's almost like we go to a restaurant and then we all just kind of disperse. And if you were to go outside of the restaurant at the Aquatic Experience last year, there was just people everywhere, just all spread out all over the place. And, we're not avoiding any people. We're not unapproachable. We're all just right there. So nobody should be afraid.
Well, and that's
at the last Aquatic Experience, me and you, John, we were like standing off to the side by ourselves. Like
that was 2018. I'm talking
that last one that both of us went to.
Yeah.
I went to that one too.
But I would dare say that there were people that wanted to talk to you all that probably felt that they couldn't approach you, not because of how you all are, but just because of how it was perceived. And that's why I brought it up, was because I want people to know, hey, you come to this event, everybody wants to talk to you. Don't be afraid to just walk right up and go, hey, how's it going? What are we doing afterwards?
Well, and like I think it was Bob said, that's what we're there for. That's what I go there for. I mean, I'm not going there to look at fish. Come on.
I don't go there to look at fish. I don't go there to look at products. I don't even make videos when I go to these places. Like, I'm there to meet people, because otherwise I just sit in my house all day, but like a loner.
Absolutely. Zen Ginger with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Zen. Says, maybe best stream ever. Now, how to get Lisa up there and make it perfect. Oh, I think if everybody gets their cats, we might be able to get Lisa.
Well, I've got the dog, Bob's favorite dog.
Well, there you go. Grab a cat.
Lisa is actually not home at the moment. She is at her son's house, not practicing social distancing. And our two youngest went over there today. He lives right around the corner. And she went over there to pick him up, and she'll be back soon, but there's no way she'll come on. She's been working around the house and all that kind of stuff. Women, no way.
Lefty3213A says, I'd be in that group at Fish Room Fever. Yay, social anxiety. Yeah, so we want you all to know that we're all approachable. And I feel weird that I even have to say that, but it's definitely happened before. People have said, hey, I saw you. I was afraid to come up. And I'm like, dude, and I get the looks like you're talking about, especially because they play my videos at the fish store I frequent the most. So people have gotten used to seeing me, but they still won't come up, even though they're like, so it's weird.
Yeah, there's things that I'll never forget. And that was the 2016 aquatic experience. I'll never forget the first person that recognized me. There was only two. I only had like 2,000 subscribers, but I'll never forget meeting the very first person. I can picture him. I don't remember his name, unfortunately, but I can picture him right in my head. It was a younger gentleman. And then the other thing, I'll never forget the first time I saw someone wearing my shirt. That was at the next year's aquatic experience, the 2017. And it's just stuff like that that's cool. And that's why I want to meet people, because you guys give me such great memories.
Absolutely.
Can I tell you the story of the first time somebody recognized me at an event?
Absolutely. And then I'll get to these super chats after that.
Hey, it's your show. If you want to do that now, and then I'll tell the story, I can hold on to the story. It's okay.
Well, I'm going to do these three because they are concurrent. We've got Lefty3213A with the $2 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, I second what Zen said. Katie's living the dream, formerly UPSer living the dream, who did say hi to me at the local fish store the other day. It was awesome meeting you. Says, I second what Zen Ginger said also. And then the Zen Ginger with the $1.50 super sticker of the black cat trying to lure Lisa up on stage. Thank you all very, very much for that. Very much appreciate it.
I'm telling you, there's no way we're going to make that happen. I promise you.
But yes, please, I'd love to hear the story, John.
So I had been recognized at my shop before, which isn't really even being recognized, because it's like they're coming there, they know I'm there, blah, blah, blah. But actually in the wild, not in the wild, but at an event, it was the Aquatic Experience 2015. And there was only like 6 YouTubers that were there that year. I guess 2016 is when everybody decided to show up. But I was standing, I had not even gone into the event yet. And I'm standing in the kind of lobby area because I was meeting up with Joey and Pectec. So I'm standing there waiting for them. And I've never met them in person at the time. So I'm kind of intimidated. I'm like, all right, where are these guys at? I can't find them. And this old guy walks up to me and he's like, you're the KG Tropicals guy, right? And I said, yeah, that's me. How you doing? He's like, I'm doing good. And he kind of reluctantly shook my hand. And he's like, yeah, I watched your video on hybrid African cichlids. And I said, oh, really? Cool. That's awesome. He's like, yeah, I hated every minute of it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, I like some of your other videos, but I really didn't like that one. And I was like, well, I'm sorry to hear that. And he's like, yeah. And he turned around and walked away. So
oh my goodness.
That was literally the first time that ever happened. And I was like, this is how it's going to be? Like, I don't think I want this. But yeah, that was an experience. I never saw him again either.
That's like the people that comment on your videos. And they say like, I learned nothing from this video. I got nothing from this video. Like, well, look at the other 200 people that commented and said, "Oh, I didn't know that." Like, the world revolves around you. I'm only making videos just for you, buddy. Sorry, I missed it this time.
I've learned to have empathy for the haters, because how bad does their life have to be that their pleasure is in trying to make other people feel bad? So I do want to say real quick, we have not a new member, but an upgraded membership. Streetwise upgraded to the snowball level. Thank you very much, Streetwise. Again, I appreciate you. You're awesome. I hope you enjoy the membership. There are some new things coming. Again, I'm quitting my job as of the 5th, so there's going to be a lot more member stuff along with full-on channel stuff. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.
How are all these people quitting their jobs and I can't?
I've planned. I got motivated about 5 or 6 months.
Hey, real quick, I gotta go see why my dog is crying.
Yeah, absolutely. No, go check on the dog. And I started saving up. I'm like, look, get 5 months, 6 months worth of bills covered. I put in my exit strategy, if you will, to get out of there. Worst case scenario, in 3 months, if none of the things that I'm working on come to fruition, I can go flip burgers at McDonald's, not have to deal with the public face to face, and cover my bills. So, and my biggest thing is I get 1 day off a week at this job, and I've been there almost 7 years. Only allowed to have 1 day off unless I use vacation time for a second day off. With 46 tanks, 2 kids, and a YouTube channel, that doesn't work. That was another aspect. Was I looked, and my youngest one will be 7. Well, it's still May, so next month in June. And I've missed a lot of that time putting in very long work weeks. And before I turn around, he's going to be 18. Even before
you don't even know how true that is, too, my friend.
I mean, my oldest one is 9. So it's like, where does the time go? And if we're being totally honest, I've got a set of twins, Ryan and Caleb. So hopefully they hear this, because they're always wanting to hear a shout out. I don't really talk about them much, but they're teenagers, and I haven't gotten to see them in a long time. So things like that. It's like you can't cheat death, but you can cheat life, and you can live life. So just got to go for it.
You could not be more accurate when you say you miss out and time flies. Trust me. I mean, I was a young guy not too long ago, and I blinked my eyes, and now I've got a 25-year-old, 22-year-old, 21-year-old, 17 and 16-year-old, and a grandchild. So yeah, pay attention, because it happens fast.
It does. So, give it a shot. And I'm not worried about failing. I'm bound to fail at some point, probably fail multiple times, but you just keep pushing. I don't want to go on a motivational rant, because the Zen Ginger will tell you I'm on a huge, I don't even want to call it motivational. It's determination, that I'm not going to stop. I wake up every day and I tell myself in my head, I have 1.4 million subscribers, because that's more than Joey. And I have spots reserved for my play buttons already that nothing else can go there. I'm not crazy. I know what the truth is, and I know I have to work for it, but it's just sheer will and determination that nothing will stop me. So,
well, that's I've seen and heard a lot of successful people say that. So good for you.
Well,
way to put your neck out. And I mean, I'd be scared to death, but you know what? Maybe fear is something that'll drive you.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Maybe that'll be a good thing.
Well, and that's one thing that people say, well, you got to have something to fall back on. You got to have, well, do you really push yourself as hard as you probably can if you've got something to fall back on? If you have a safety net, are you as determined to succeed if you know that you don't have to succeed? And again, I don't want to get off totally motivational, but that's where my mind has been at for quite some time now. So welcome back, Bob.
Yo, what are we talking about?
Motivation and determination. So we quit when you came back.
All right.
Well, Bob's another one that, said, hey, I'm gonna throw all the cards in, and I'm gonna go all in. That's it's respectable. I mean, every time I hear of a new person doing that, I'm like, oh God, how can they do it and I can't? But the truth is, I could, but I work my other job because I can, if that makes sense. So
yeah, No, and I understand that. And again, when I talk to people about following your dreams, I like to tell Zen, I said, don't leave your dreams laying on the pillow when you wake up in the morning. That doesn't mean you walk off your job right away necessarily. Some people it does, but if you've got kids and you have people that depend on you, it's only smart to make an exit strategy. So don't ruin your life, but at the same time, don't lose your life.
It'll be one hell of a story to tell 5-6 years ago. Yeah, I quit my job when I had 1,400 subscribers, and look at me now.
Yeah. And one of the things that kept me was the money, because I'm a store manager. For what I do, I make decent money. I make basically what a nurse makes. It's hard to walk away from $1,000 a week guaranteed. But salary.
Does your wife work?
She does not. But that's another thing, is this gives her the potential to be able to go back college. So there's just so many different aspects of things that will be positive, that it's what I'm doing. So I don't want people to think I'm crazy or that I'm arrogant, that I think, I'm going to just make a living off of YouTube starting on the 6th of June. That's not what I mean. But, I'm starting a process and going down a path.
Well, you are crazy, but that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, how many people told Jeff Bezos he was crazy?
And that's exactly it. I think that probably 95% of the world never realizes what they were meant to do, because they either are afraid to do it or they just give up. So,
well, I'm really rich, so it was easy for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all know that.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
I mean, look at that room you're sitting in with all those.
All that's what someone is saying about me. I'm independently wealthy. I'm rich. I made a ton of money in IT. It's very frustrating.
Well, I just want to be able
tell
to
you how much that bothers me.
An entrepreneur, because that's the trend on Instagram, right? Is to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, to post pictures of other people's lives on I hate Instagram so much.
Oh yeah. Well, and I figure, worst case scenario, I'll just move in with Chattanooga Ed, and I'll stand out in front of Gary V's Chattanooga headquarters every day with the sign on a piece of cardboard until he hires me.
I'm sure that'll work. Is Gary V out of Tennessee? I didn't know that.
He's got a Chattanooga base.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a wild dude right there.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. But enough about me. That was, since you asked, that's why. That's how I'm doing it, so to speak.
Well, good for you. I wish you nothing but the best.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's going to be fun to follow along and see the journey. Ed's
got some adventures planned out. So
yeah, it's going to be.
If you would like to talk, since you haven't spoken in like 20 minutes.
No, it's all good. I have no problem. Haley's here, so I can talk to her. But no, I'm looking forward to having James off so I can go do fun stuff with him and travel around and do stuff. Because I didn't quit because of YouTube. I just quit because I got hurt. And so I'm just always free. I retired early. So I'm actually the same age as this guy down here. I was doing that to you, John.
I'm sorry. You kind of broke up on me, so I was giving you a sympathy nod, but I didn't even hear what you said. What was it that you said? You were pointing to me?
Oh, I was just saying I'm the same age as you.
Oh, so you're an old timer then. I get it.
Yep. I think we graduated the same year.
92.
92.
I think we're going to travel around and see some fish tubers while we've got time and options to do so. Kaler's Aquatics with the $1 poop emoji. Once again, Bob slinging more crap on the stream. I appreciate it, Bob at Kaler's Aquatics. Thank you very much, my friend.
I need to clarify something. Zen Ginger, thanks for linking my Instagram, even though I hate it. So Instagram is actually probably my favorite social media platform because whatever I'm looking for, like my new car, I just put in the pound LTD and boom, I can see all these new cars, right? The thing I hate about Instagram is that everyone steals everyone else's content and grows their channels. Well, I don't know what they're called on Instagram, by stealing everyone else's content.
What's the point of having a big Instagram?
Same as YouTube.
Yeah, you make a lot. You can make a lot of money on Instagram.
I had no idea you could make money off of it.
It's just not ad revenue. You have to actively go out and make money. But
I thought it was just a stupid fun place.
so once you get enough followers, say you have like 100,000 followers, people will pay you to like post maybe their Instagram or product, stuff like that.
I have 300 followers on Instagram, so I'm not looking to make any money there anytime soon.
Well, when somebody asks to be my friend, I look at them and see if they have any fish photos, and if they do, they can be my friend. If they don't, forget it.
Gotta love it. So Pegasus Arena, who is newer to the streams, and we're really, really glad to have her here. I think I first saw her Thursday in Corey's and then in yours, John, is asking all of us, what's your dream fish you'd love to own?
Who's up first?
Benthochroma stricati. We talked about this on my Monday stream, so I won't go too much into detail, but it's a Lake Tanganyikan fish.
Super red arowana, Asian arowana. That's me. It's always has been me.
Me? Man, I don't know. I just like everything. I got my Daisy Rice. I was asked this yesterday, and I'm gonna say the Daisy Rice fish that I got from Pam. That was my thing for like 3 years, and I got them, and I'm happy with them.
Ball of sharks.
There we go. So mine is, and I mentioned this the other day, I think on Bob's stream. I mentioned it somewhere. The blue diamond piranha. I would love to have a nice, big, fat blue piranha. Eventually, I will have one. My goal, though, is to actually go and collect it and ship it back. So I could go buy one online for a few $100, but my goal is to have that fish that I have gone and collected, shipped back home, and then own.
Now, I feel like I need to kind of change my answer because I can't get the fish that I want. So
Right.
if I was to pick a holy grail fish that I could actually get, it would be a Leopoldi stingray, black diamond stingray.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that would be neat.
I'm only a few hours from Vancouver. If you want a super red, whatever Asian arowana, I can get you one.
Well, you said you were going to fly here and then we were going to drive to Tennessee, so bring it on.
Hey, there we go.
You
Put it in
should
your
ride your
pocket. I don't
bike
care.
with the arowana on your back.
I mean,
That'd
I'm
be
sure
cool.
they'll let you on the plane, no problem.
So I missed a couple of things highlighted real quick. I'd like to grab, excuse me, Lefty3213A said, can we get a tattoo tour video, Fish Room Fever? At some point, I'll do that for you, buddy. I'll put it in the members section. That way YouTube doesn't kick me in the face. They do enough of that already. Pamela had asked a question I will get down to in a minute. There we go. Interested in the list of meds that you use and keep on hand. So I try to use as little medication as possible. I don't treat just to treat. That being said, I'm not dissing what Corey does. I think what Corey at Aquarium Co-op does is amazing with his med trio. So don't think I'm crapping on that because I'm not. But when I get fish in, I observe and treat as needed. The things I have on hand are basically his med trio, but I've got like ICX, I've got General Cure, I've got some other things, like I've got methylene blue from fish eggs. Oh goodness, I don't keep a whole lot on hand. I've got salt, stress zyme. I think it's stress zyme or stress guard. It's
Zyme.
and then there's one other one. Herb Tana is another one I like to use. It's an herbal remedy. I don't get real big on the herbal remedies, but that one's done extremely well for ick for me. So there's my answer.
Are we going around the room?
I think so. They'd probably love all of you all's knowledge as well.
For me, it's General Cure. We do keep erythromycin, and we've got Melifix, Pimafix, and salt. That's all we keep on hand.
I have a huge, gigantic bag of salt. I have General Cure. I have ICX. I have Paragard, which is one of my favorite, actually. I think I'm out of erythromycin, but normally I have that on hand as well.
I keep the ICX, I do the salt, and General Cure. Those are my main ones that I go to.
All right, cool. Thank you all.
And see right here, John. Ron says, I'll hook you up, or he says, Bob, I'll hook you up with an Asian arowana, and then I can then I can get it to you because he's right across the border from me.
Well, there you go. Make it happen, man.
There
Make
you
it
go.
happen.
I wouldn't recommend putting it on video.
I'll give you all the credit on YouTube, Bob.
This is Bob's
Think
Asian
of
arowana.
the clickbait, man. The first Asian arowana, and even though it's not, but
That's what you need to do. You just need to go to Canada and purchase the arowana so you can go, I finally got my arowana, and everybody's going to think that it's, at home. Yeah, there you go.
Can you imagine being that FBI agent or whoever it would be that's like, okay, Agent Fishroom Fever, it's your duty today is to go down to King George and arrest this guy because he has a fish. I mean, imagine being that guy. I'd feel bad for that guy.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic freaks, Fishroom Fever and others, you're preaching to the choir. Go big man and chase the dream you have. Absolutely, and I encourage everybody to do so.
Zen Ginger says Paragard and General Cure are the same thing, aren't they? No. Paragard is like green malachite.
So if I missed the $1 from Bob, if this is a separate crap on the stream, thank you again. If it's the same, still thank you again, Bob. I appreciate it. Kaler's Aquatics. And we did have a super chat. There it is. Fantastic Freak says Mabu Puffer would be my dream fish besides a Fahaka. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. I have not ventured off into puffers yet. I would love to at some point, but I'm trying to lower the feeder, at this point. So, but very, very cool. And thank you again. I think that covers everything there. So yeah, so this is going to be an awesome event. I look forward to meeting you all at it. And all the other awesome people. I think that we are going to have one heck of a turnout. Again, there's a lot of stuff in the works, a lot of really cool stuff, but we want to have our bases covered and make sure it's solidified and all the legal crap out of the way before I go running my big mouth. Because as anybody knows that listens to me, I am the gasoline being poured on the fire. And I don't seem to take my foot off the gas pedal. So it's very hard for me to keep my mouth shut, but I'm trying. But more event details coming up every Saturday, hopefully. Fish Tank Barn with the dollar poop emoji. Thank you for crapping on the stream as well. Appreciate it very, very much, Mike. Awesome.
Now, are you planning on just having everybody just hang out, or are you talking about bringing people in to do speaking and stuff like that, or what?
I'm wanting to set up, and this is part of the reason I'm wanting to get on it so early, is because, say, if we get you on board, we get Bob on board, it's a lot easier to get more people on board so that I can get more talks set up. I've got a couple of other fish tubers I've spoken to. I won't say who they are because that's, their right to disclose that they're coming if and when they decide to do so. But I've talked to some other people about giving, talks and demos and things.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I will not do a talk and I won't do a demo.
I wouldn't ask you to, Bob.
I know. I'm just saying. It's not to be a jerk. I just would rather enjoy everyone and hanging out with everyone.
And I understand completely.
It's the same reason I don't film when I go to these events, because I would rather enjoy it than make it about work.
Will there be beach volleyball?
I don't know. I mean, we are looking at getting food trucks and things of that nature, and it's going to be big. I just can't give all the details right now. But yeah, definitely we're looking at talks, talks and demos. Want to work on setting up a raffle.
Oh, did he go link dead?
That's
he
a
froze.
deep thought right there.
He's really thinking.
Sponsors and partners involved.
He doesn't even know.
Am I back now? I think I'm back now. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay, all right. But yeah, stuff like that. A festival type vibe with the tables and stuff like that. But definitely, I don't know where I cut off at. The demos and talks, and hopefully raffle. Get companies involved with that are already.
Yeah, your silent partner shutting you down.
So yeah. I mean, I understand. Look, I run my own company, and I've managed a lot of companies, and I understand the legal aspects of things. So I can't hate for that. It's always best to dot your I's and cross your T's and get everything cleared before some idiot like me opens his mouth, and then you've got to backpedal and put out a fire because I poured 20 gallons of gasoline on it. So
They could do a fish tuber panel like a comic convention. That would be cool.
That would
like
be
that.
interesting.
And that's another thing is I want to hear ideas. Again, I've only been to the Big Fish Deal. I've only been to one event. I've never actually put on an event, but I understand, a lot of what people generally are looking for. I don't know as much what people are looking for that isn't already being done, if you get what I'm saying. I understand people love the demos. People love, like the little aquascape contest by Aqueon that Ed and I did at the Big Fish Deal. People love that. But I don't know what people would really like to see that isn't being done. So ideas are always welcome.
Just so you know, the panel thing was not my idea. That was in out there.
I got you. I appreciate that.
Idea.
It would be cool because I know a lot of comic book stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I could get up there and talk about Walking Dead. I could talk about Shazam. I mean, we could have all kinds of fun doing a comic panel.
That Shazam movie was surprisingly good. I thought it was going to be horrible.
It's one of my top 5. Loved it.
What movie?
Shazam. Here we go, right?
I only know the one with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, that's not the same one.
I never saw that one.
My only concern would be there would be people with piles of poop and dollar bills shoved in them, throwing them at Bob if there was a live fish tuber panel.
I'll bring my G-string.
I mean, as long as Bob actually stays at the event, I mean, he's kind of got a reputation for showing up, walking around for about an hour, settling fights that are happening, and then he walks away and you never see him again.
Only when I'm needed do I show up.
Right? He's a superhero. So I do want to say, I got a super chat from Oddball Aquatics. $2 says 4 beards enter, 1 beard is obviously superior. I'm going to go with the red beard over here.
Oh,
look at the coloration and just how well groomed that is. So I actually, funny story, went to shave Thursday before our stream, walked into the bedroom, got halfway to the bathroom, found my flashlight sitting on the floor, picked it up, clicked it to see if it was charged. And as soon as I clicked it, the power went out because, as you know, that was the night the power went out multiple times. But I was headed in to shave, and I was like, thank God the power went out before I started shaving. I was going to do my hair, too. And I could picture going on live, and half of my face is shaved, or I've started to buzz my head, so I've got like an inverted mohawk thing going on. And I was like, no, we're just to make sure the power is settled. But thank you very much, Haley, for the $2 super chat. Very much appreciate that.
Since we got Haley here, could she do another auction? Because she was amazing at that.
She was very good.
She was. And I'd love to get her. I'm hoping we can get her down here. Again, that's why I'm wanting to get the date out there now. I know it's some people would say premature because it's so far away, but I mean, realistically, if you all are considering going,
it's only 5 months.
Yeah, there are a lot of other people that would say, "Oh, hey, KT Tropicals and Bob are going to go?" And yeah, hey, that sounds good to me.
Well, I mean, I got to get it cleared through Lisa first. I
can't
absolutely imagine that it would be a problem, but yeah, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't.
You want me to ask her?
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa, come here for a second.
I mean, even if she has something going, I mean, it sounds like something I would just go myself if she wasn't going to go with me. So I know a lot of people would be disappointed again if that happened, but
right.
And I don't mean to say again as if that was her fault the last time, but yeah, I mean, I can't lock it down, but I think there's a real good chance I'll be going.
Absolutely. And I would ask anybody, like other fish tubers. Obviously, I don't speak to all the fish tubers, and not because I'm like not speaking to them. It's just because, I'm me. You all have been around a lot longer. You talk to more people. So if you're talking to, like, I'm just saying, somebody mentioned meeting Zenzo. If you're talking to Zenzo, go, hey, by the way, I'm going to this event. You're welcome to come because maybe I don't. I'm going to try and reach out to everybody and extend an invitation. But I hate to miss somebody, and then they go, well, 35 other fish tubers went. Nobody mentioned it to me, So,
well, maybe they should come to a live stream every once in a while.
Oh yeah, this is true.
It's not really something that you need to be invited to. If you hear about the event and you want to go, go.
You don't need to be invited to Aquashella, do you?
Right, exactly. If you want to go, just go.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just feel bad if I missed somebody on the list, because I'm bound to miss people when I'm reaching out going, hey, this is going on. But I will say, I didn't say it earlier, for the party crowd, there are 2 adult clubs within not too far of a radius. So, if you're that party crowd, you got a couple places to go to also besides the IHOP. So don't want to leave them out. We can't exclude anybody,
I thought those people weren't allowed to come to the event. Oh man, I might change my mind.
It's Tennessee, I think there'll be plenty of those kind of people.
But, yeah.
Probably.
Well, and that's why I don't know if you heard it earlier, John, but or even if you follow football, I know you're a baseball fan, go Nats. But the UT Florida game is the weekend prior to it, and that's why we X'd off that weekend. I was trying to get a little bit further away from Aquashella, but I'm like, UT home game versus the Florida Gators, you don't want to bring people into Knoxville for that.
And that's assuming there's going to be fans at college football games.
Yeah, this is true. But
speaking of that, the nice thing about this, like, if for some reason, like, you're still not allowed to do this kind of stuff, I could still come to Tennessee and hang out with fish people. Like,
yeah, well,
it's not going to be a wasted ticket. Like, if I've already bought my tickets, plane and hotel for Chicago, and if they cancel it, I'm SOL. If I buy tickets to Tennessee and this gets canceled, I'm not SOL because you guys are still there and we'll still hang out.
Yeah, we still got a dozen fish tubers that live in the area. Hello, Candy Overhauls. Yeah. But there are even backups being looked at to put into place just in case there was some sort of like additional spacing requirement. Things are being taken into consideration. It does
look like there's a fair amount of space, though. I did look.
Is it being held in a?
Sure, you can't say. Secret.
I can't disclose the location, but I will say it is not being held in a hotel. Though one of the things that is hopeful is to talk to a hotel, especially if this is going to be as big as I'm thinking and hoping it will be, about some sort of discount code for the people that are coming to it. Because there are extremely close hotels. And then there's lots of food places nearby. There's sit-down food places, fast food.
Any barbecue places?
There are.
Are there good barbecue places?
There is an awesome barbecue place.
Well, that's where we need to have the event then.
So, yeah, that wouldn't work. That barbecue place used to be a Sonic. That's how much room they have.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
I wasn't asking you to say where the event was. What I was saying was, like, are you planning on doing it in a hall, or because I thought you had said something about like an outdoor kind of thing.
Yeah, the goal is to have an extremely large tent, which is why if push came to shove and there was a capacity limitation or something like that, you could always break it down into multiples for smaller numbers, if you will. But yeah, it's looking at very large tent. Temperature is supposed to be nice, but worst case scenario, you close the sides up and all that good stuff. There's room for food trucks. I'm trying to give as much as I can without getting my mail parts put in a blender. My phone hasn't rung yet, so I think I'm still safe.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
Well, yeah. Like I said, it did look like there was a decent amount of room, but it's hard to tell from the Google Satellite image.
There is a sufficient amount of room for everything that we're planning and more if it gets bigger. But we're hoping that this is just going to be the first of many. So
lots of tables, lots of places to sit.
Yes, absolutely. We are definitely working on those things.
So Bob, you said you're going to come to Virginia first?
What?
You said you're going to come to Virginia first?
Yeah. I mean, I said I was going to, plan, maybe talk to you about that.
Sorry.
I wouldn't mind coming there like a couple days early. You said you have that cool fish store up there.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's a couple hours from me, but still, we can absolutely do that. It'd be fun. I was trying to get you to do that before, but I was actually just trying to get you to come here, not to go to Tennessee.
I get double the value out of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I do see people talking about an auction. That's one of the things that we're looking on, exactly how to do that. that kind of stuff. So, and that's part of the reason I can't just say, hey, here's everything we're doing. It's because there are so many details that go into each and every aspect of it, in terms of speakers and shows and auctions and raffles and all of that, that I don't want to promise the world and not be able to deliver on everything that I say that we're going to.
Under promise, over deliver.
Exactly. So I'd rather say, hey, there's going to be a tent, tables, and chairs. If y'all want to show up, there might be some really cool stuff on top of that. And you show up and it's just freaking amazing. Then say, hey, it's going to be freaking amazing. And you show up and there's like one demo and a bunch of booths of people, and that's it. So, which is not going to be just that. But again, just making sure I didn't miss anything else in the chat. Yeah, I'm excited because, I was supposed to get to meet you at the Big Fish, John, and that didn't work out. And I understand, completely understand that. So was kind of disappointed, but I will say it was kind of cool that us little guys got to just jump in there and take over the show and save the day, so to speak. So, we got our
you still would have been able to do that if Lisa and I showed up. It's not like all of a sudden it becomes our thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I know, but we wouldn't have there would have been nothing to save if everybody showed up. It would have just been business per usual,
Yeah, I was sad that we didn't go. I guess looking back, it was probably a real good choice, but
right.
That was right at the beginning of all of this. But yeah, that was disappointing for us too, to miss it. It's an hour away from our house. I mean, that's no brainer, but I don't know.
Oddball Aquatics says, I'm so over not having fish stuff to do. You could literally tell me 2 dudes were meeting to swap fish and I would show up and auction them. I'm down for free, when and where. And then it jumped on me. She said one thing after that, but I lost it. Yeah, Haley, show up. Yeah, we want to have you. I mean, again, everybody's invited. The more people you can tell about it, the better. So it's going to be awesome. I just can't release all the details yet, but soon. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And there's not anything, and you could say this for so many places throughout the country, but there's really not anything super close to Tennessee, if you will. I mean, Chicago is a good ways. Of course, Dallas is a good ways. New York and New Jersey is the same.
Atlanta's only an hour and a half from my house.
Yeah, but so this gives
do it.
Because I've seen several people in the chat mention, hey, this will probably be the only thing I get to go to because I can't make it to Chicago or Dallas. So I think that'll be nice to give something for people to go to that can't make it to those other events that are further away.
Yep. And our IFGA show in Murfreesboro, which is a suburb of Nashville, has already been canceled. So this might be the only thing in the state at all.
Zen Ginger says, Haley auctioned us off Rax art with her mom on a Facebook live stream yesterday. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we've got River Life is right here. Peck Tech is here in Knoxville with me. He's an awesome guy. I mean, not only did he let me be in one of his videos, but he literally gave me a free Fluval spec. He's like, here, take the tank. Just, come over and let's do this video. So, very cool guy. Lots of people.
Sean's a good dude.
He is. Who knows? Maybe we could even get Rachel and some other people involved.
He actually gave me that Ant-Man poster that you see right behind me.
Oh,
that was
nice.
a gift from Sean Peck.
Recon 338 asking the dates. It says I may have missed it. October 3rd and 4th. I'm going to look just to make sure I don't say that wrong. Yes, October the 3rd is a Saturday and the 4th is a Sunday. I figure that's the closest we want to get to Aquashella, Dallas, and it's just past Keystone Clash and Pam's camping trip. So it's about the best weekend to possibly do it any time in September or October. Pega's sister Rena says, Fisher and Fever, would you ever consider coming to Indy? What is Indy?
Indianapolis or Indiana?
It's just the letters N-D.
North Dakota?
Oh, yeah, North Dakota. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. My state codes are not fresh in my mind. Just to hang out with a fan. if I had a way to get there, I mean, Ed and I think Ed's got it planned out to where we're going to travel the country. Every time I talk to him, it seems to expand on the plans that it's like we could go here and we can go there. I'll hang out with anybody. You've got to talk to my travel manager right there.
Well, we might be going through that way when we go to Pam's camp out or Pam's camping trip.
Yeah.
Is Candy got a wrench here? She could pop Pam's thing up there. We know exactly where and what it is.
Positive she does, but I've got like 23 mods.
Oh,
Basically, everybody that showed up to my first live stream that functioned, because I had a lot of KG Tropical style live streams that just crashed when I first started to stream. Just picking on you, John. But no, I had a lot of errors and issues when I first tried streaming, and these people kept coming back and it would crash and they'd come back again, and they were just very supportive. So basically, the first functioning stream, I was like, hey, you all hung in there. Here's a bunch of wrenches. I'll never have to worry about mods again. Thank you all. So.
Well, Candy will probably be at Pam's thing since it's in her hometown. And Dan's Fish, you can go check out his shop, which is pretty awesome. Of course, you get to meet Pam and see the bears. And Priscilla might come up. She's like a couple hours south of there. So it should be a pretty fun time.
I just hate asking Candy to do work because I know she works so hard that I feel bad asking anything of her.
But Candy's awesome.
She is awesome. I just I don't feel like I've earned the right to have Candy moderate for me. Like, you got better things to do. Go get some tea or rest your eyes for a minute. She's so amazing. But I see that super chat. I'm going to grab it here in a second. Recon 338 says, cool, that's a good ways out, so hopefully I can make it. That was part of the reason I wanted to announce the date now. Was so that there was plenty of time, because I know some people have got to give 8-10 weeks notice at work if they want to try and request vacation time. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for everybody to be able to say, you know what, that gives me time to plan it. So yeah, I hope you can. I'd love to meet you, Recon. We've got Mike with the fish tank barn. I just moved 3 batches of Snowcross Endler fry from those Endlers I got from you at BFD, Mike. They were doing great. It says, if you guys swing close to Detroit, you're more than welcome. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and I would love to take you up on that offer. So again, I'll get with my travel manager over here because he's an awesome guy, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the Blues Red Wings schedule for a Detroit trip.
I will say, because I know the last time we got together, it went on for like 5 hours, and I'd hate to hold you all to that. Especially since you just randomly popped up, and I know you got things to do. You mentioned you were working on videos. So I'm going to cut it in 13 minutes. That gives time. If you all have anything else that you would like to mention, by all means, please feel free to do so. Bob, you're horrible at promoting stuff. Is there anything that I can push you to promote?
I'm looking at airfare for this event right now, actually. So I have no idea.
I just looked at Google Maps and saw I'm 7.5 hours from Knoxville. I didn't realize I was that far away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work.
You should have remembered that.
Car for 7.5 hours.
You came down here and bought, what, like 200 tanks?
Yeah. That was, it was more than that. It was 2 26-foot U-Haul trucks full, top to bottom. Yeah, that was a long trip. But that was back in like 2012, so I couldn't remember that.
Just giving you a hard time.
You can drive faster, too.
Well, I'll have Lisa with me. If Lisa is with me, it's going to take 9 hours. If she's not with me, it'll take about 7.
Well, if I fly to Virginia, then I'm going to be with you too.
Right.
And I would be flying to Washington, D.C. It's like half the price.
Well, there you go.
Chad Krotz chiming in, not only a member, but also with the super chat. Says, been a fun stream with the $4 super chat. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate it. I won't. I was going to share something, but it's not mine to share. So I'll just leave it at that and say thank you very, very much, Chad. I appreciate it.
I got a question for Bob. When do you think you're going to be opening up your website again?
I have no idea.
Okay, so
still waiting on shipment of rainbow fish.
That's what's been the problem, I guess.
Yep.
That's a drag.
The problem now, though, is fighting weather. Like this last week, I thought I was going to be getting them this week, like Thursday. but where they were coming from, it was 100 and some degrees, so they didn't want to ship them. So soon, hopefully, soon.
Yep. And can anybody pop his web? Oh, I think Zen Ginger already did. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's one of the great things about all these mods is we've got some really awesome people. They throw it up there before I can even start to try. But no, John, that's not bad for you. You've mentioned before you drive all day anyway, so you're used to all sorts of time behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's nothing for me. I mean, especially if I got Bob. Lisa has a thing where it's kind of, she does this every time. If we have somebody with us, she always gets in the back seat and lets the guest ride up front, and we cause all kinds of shenanigans. So, yeah, me and Bob sitting in the front seat, we'll have a good time. That 7 hours, 8 hours will go by real quick.
I can understand that. When we went to the Big Fish deal, it flew by. Ed is an awesome guy to travel with, so I can totally.
How long did it take you all to make that trip?
Seemed like an hour.
it really went quick.
But it's actually it's 8.5 hours for me, 8 for him.
Yeah,
that makes total sense because it's about an hour from me. So yeah, I mean that makes sense.
And what was awesome was the very first place we stopped to get gas. Ed pulls into it. We go inside, use the restroom, walking out, and the guy has an aquarium set up with guppies in it in the gas station. And I'm like, this is just the perfect start to a trip. You know, how often do you find a gas station with guppies in the middle of nowhere? So,
yeah, that was so bizarre. And I was actually driving up the road to barbecue places.
Dragon Lair has a question. It says, I'm trying to find out what a puffer is I saw on a stream today. It was just bigger than your thumb, green with a few orange ocelli on it.
What color was its eyes?
Zen Ginger says, sounds like a green spotted puffer. I am not a puffer person, so I will not answer that and give you an incorrect answer. I will simply say I do not know.
It does not sound like any freshwater puffer that I'm familiar with. It might be one of the brackish ones, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Lefty asking if the police here care if people sleep in the car. I think we could figure something out for you, man. But also, no, they wouldn't. But yeah. I think Bob's just bringing the tent. He's just going to put his tent under the bigger tent and just hang out there.
Oh no, I'll find somewhere in the woods.
I know.
In October, it might be a little chilly.
No, NASA says it's not going to be too bad.
As long as it's over 0 degrees, it'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
I'm a diva.
We're not getting anywhere near that.
I can't rough it like Bob does.
Aquatics coming in with. I can't either. Yeah, I do not have it in me. I have a bad enough day the next day if I fall asleep on the futon. I'm like, no. But Exotics with the $2 super chat says, great guest, and Bob too. LOL, just kidding. Winky face. Thank you, Diego, for the $2 super chat. Yes, phenomenal guest, and Bob, and of course, awesome co-host with the Beard of the Year award. So yeah, I think we're at the bottom. Perfect. No, John, I appreciate you coming up last minute. Very awesome of you to do. And I'm looking forward to meeting you this fall. Again, I'll have more details and I will forward those to you. But since I know that you now lurk in the streams from time to time, which I figured as much anyways, given you've popped up randomly out of nowhere. So,
hey, John,
have you heard more details coming?
John, have you heard anything about baseball? Are they going to try to do a half season or I heard
every single time I hear anything, it's always different.
Yeah.
But the last thing I heard was that they were looking for 100 games and they would redo all of the leagues. And it would be just I don't know. The Nats would be in the same division as the Yankees and the Orioles and stuff. It's crazy. But if we get baseball, I don't care what they do. I mean, I don't care if there's fans in the stands. I don't care. I want baseball back. But it seems like they've got something in the works, and hockey does too. actually, the commissioner of hockey just put out a big statement last night about their plans. So apparently they're all thinking about coming back, but it's going to be a different thing to watch because there's not going to be anybody there.
Yeah. Well, if they do baseball, I'll definitely do a Fish Fam Fantasy Baseball League, and we will do a Fantasy Football League also. So,
yeah, I don't know anything about football anymore because my team is embarrassing, and so, but baseball, I'd be all over that.
Oh, awesome! It's a lot. I love fantasy baseball because it's every day, and I love watching the stats. You know, you get to see who hit the home run and all that jazz. It's great.
Fantastic Freaks has a good question, one that I'm not capable of answering, but says, is Aquashella in Chicago bigger in Dallas or vice versa? Or no difference between the two? Never been, as I live in Iowa. In your opinion, would you say it's worth a 7 or 10 hour drive to make one?
Am I the only one here that's been to an Aquashella?
I think so.
If you enjoy being around a whole bunch of wacky fish people, saltwater and freshwater, it's absolutely worth the trip. I mean, I had a lot of fun there. I had a real hard time getting there, but yeah, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun, and I keep hearing people talk about it like it was just like a big YouTube thing, and it really wasn't. I mean, it's a fish show just like anything else, but it's and in this year, as far as the size of it, apparently they're supposed to be doing it at the same place, Bob, that you went to, the Schaumburg Convention Center or whatever it's called, and that place is Goliath-sized. So yeah, there's not going to be a space problem there at all. I don't know what they're doing in Dallas, or I don't know, but I mean, it's definitely worth going to. I mean, at least it was for me. I don't know. I mean,
there's also the thing about Dallas is that Chicago in that convention center is there's a lot of hotels like really close. So yeah, you get the discount at that one, but it's still like $200 a night, which is ridiculous. So I'm not staying at the hotel because I can save like $60 a night in a hotel that's a mile down the road. So that's
the one about it. The one that's attached to the event is like super nice though. Like if you
I'm sure. I have no doubt. It's massive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I've never stayed in it. I stayed in one that was across the parking lot when I was there, and it was nice too. But yeah, I went into another YouTuber. I went into their room. Nothing weird, and their room was wonderful. I mean, it was beautiful. I was like, man, I kind of wish I had stayed here, but
too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great thing about Tennessee is the hotels here are reasonably priced / much cheaper than you would find in New York and Chicago.
A Motel 7 is still $7 a night.
Something like that. Something like that.
James and I, though, I've got the hotel across the street from the Aquashella in Dallas, and we're going to save $120 a night by doing it just across the street, literally across the street. So,
I made the mistake at the Aquatic Experience of booking a room at that Embassy Suites, which is right there. Bob, I think you stayed there in 2018, and that now Lisa will not stay in anything else. Like it has to be an Embassy Suites or better, or she's like, no, I'm not going if I can't stay in.
It was just a normal room, though. I don't get it.
Ours wasn't. Oh man, I mean, it was like we had a living room and there was like 3 TVs in there. It was like
normal.
I didn't ask for.
That's what I had too. I was on the very top floor.
I think I was like 3/4 of the way up, but it was wonderful. I mean, as far as hotel rooms go, I thought it was spectacular.
Well, they're all suites.
There you go.
Anything last minute that you would like to put out there, John? Not that you need to be on my stream to plug your channel, but I figured I'd give you the opportunity.
I don't have a website or anything, so I don't have anything to promote. I'm putting up a video tomorrow, so that'll be a thing. And I don't have anything to promote. I just popped in to say hi.
I appreciate that. If you would like to, you're more than welcome to excuse yourself, but I am going to run through and say thank you to all the super chatters as is customary. It may take a second because there are a lot of them here and we've only got 2 minutes left. So if anybody's going to bow out real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone for showing up. John for popping in last minute without notice. I appreciate that. Bob Steenfott, of course, for coming on. Always fun talking to you, Bob. My phenomenal co-host, Chattanooga Ed. All the lurkers, listeners, commenters, spectators, super chatters, and members. I love you all very, very much. And I'm going to run through that list just because I would feel bad if I did not, as it is customary. Oh, if YouTube gives it to me. See, you all are so awesome. The list is too long for YouTube to even handle. Oh, wow.
That's because of Bob. It's not
It
because
is. It's because of Bob.
Nobody knew I was even going to be here.
Yeah.
Well, I was late, so nobody knew I was going to be here.
Yeah. So we have the Zen, the Zen Ginger Lefty 3213A, the Fish Tank Barn, Kaler's Aquatics, Tiffany White, Fantastic Freaks, Turbo Fish, Guppy Guru, Chattanooga Ed, Katie's Living the Dream, who also became a member tonight, or just before tonight's stream. Dragon Lair, Fantastic Freaks, Turbo Fish, Palmer Aquatics again, Fantastic Freaks again, Sand Creek Aquatics, Palmer Aquatics, the Fish Tank Barn, Kaler's Aquatics, Chattanooga Ed, Priscilla MK without the R.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's not in the stream now. What happens? Does it just stay on?
Am I back? Yeah, the stream will stay on. And that was one of the things that when you said you didn't like StreamYard, I was like, yeah, but even if I get kicked out, it still keeps going. So that's one plus I do give them. I don't know where it cut out, so I'm going to just pick up where I was. Oh, it cut out. Okay. Priscilla MK minus the art, the Zen Ginger, Lefty 3213A, Katie's Living the Dream, the Zen Ginger, Kaler's Aquatics, Fantastic Freaks, the Fish Tank Barn, Oddball Aquatics, the Fish Tank Barn, Chad Krotz, and Pet Zotics. Thank you all very, very much. Means the world to me. You all are awesome. Always appreciated, but never expected. So thank you all again. And to the awesome members. And we had, I want to say Streetwise. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm almost positive it was Streetwise upgraded his membership by a couple levels. So thank you very much for that. So anybody would like to say goodbye, you're welcome to, and then I'll cut it with the customary outro.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Until next time, keep your fish healthy, keep yourselves healthy, and catch yourself a little fish room fever. Thanks, everybody.